Yeah. It's Mo and Mike in the house.
Going hard with the legends. Paying homage, you know. Yo. Twins Mo and Mike, we running this game. Legends in the making, never gonna be the same. Kennels popping hard, these game dogs raised right. The brat, pretty mama, they shining so bright. Lil Mayday, what a day, they breathe the heat. Red Ruby L-Rod, they can't accept defeat. With 38 special and yellow bird, we top tier. Champions, grand champions, ain't no fear.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
KPTO, the modern Earl Tudor. Got in the pack, making moves like a tutor. APT, family thick, like legends in the game. Legend of them, Triple M. Shout out the name, Deep South, Roadblock. We upholding tradition. Mama, Southern Kennels, we got that ambition. Hardcore hitter, Stone City brings the fire. The Abrahams, the fam lifting us higher.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Listen up, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Ben, Nate Dogg, putting in work intertwined. Keeping that legendary status alive, you feel? Don't hate on the ride, catch the bus, we keep it real. What's history without a future? We pay the way, Captain. We make it happen, that's the play.
So here's to the champions, run the race, stand tall. Twins Mo and Mike, we gon' answer the call. Legends in the game, yeah, we holding it down. In the world of game dogs, we wearing the crown.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, maybe we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Shout out to Ohio Cash, the man with the plan, Rastaman Boom, Schoolboy, aka the.
There's levels to this game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Rob.
Yeah. It's Mo and Mike in the house.
Going hard with the legends. Paying homage, you know. Yo. Twins Mo and Mike, we running this game. Legends in the making, never gonna be the same. Kennels popping hard, these game dogs raised right. The brat, pretty mama, they shining so bright. Lil Mayday, what a day, they breathe the heat. Red Ruby L-Rod, they can't accept defeat. With 38 special and yellow bird, we top tier. Champions, grand champions, ain't no fear.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
KPTO, the modern Earl Tudor. Got in the pack, making moves like a tutor. APT, family thick, like legends in the game. Legend of them, Triple M. Shout out the name, Deep South, Roadblock. We upholding tradition. Mama, Southern Kennels, we got that ambition. Hardcore hitter, Stone City brings the fire. The Abrahams, the fam lifting us higher.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunches out, some baby we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Fresh to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Listen up, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Ben, Nate Dogg, putting in work intertwined. Keeping that legendary status alive, you feel? Don't hate on the ride, catch the bus, we keep it real. What's history without a future? We pay the way, Captain. We make it happen, that's the play.
So here's to the champions, run the race, stand tall. Twins, Mo and Mike, we gon' answer the call. Legends in the game, yeah, we holding it down. In the world of game dogs, we wearing the crown.
Run the register, I'm married, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching out, some maybe we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Shout out to Ohio Cash, the man with the plan, roster mom, boom, schoolboy, paid up. There's levels to this game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Rob.
Better know my head, but I don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Most wanted Kennels in the spotlight, danger alert, come with the name. Super Kennels competition, all built for the fame. Work Kennels was the work and work, while Cherokee kept the game strong. Evolution built a bloodline, where the heart come from. These dogs ain't hype, they the truth in the pit. Every pedigree stamp, when them paws hit the street. Ain't no fairy tales, just that real y'all grit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the pit bull script. Shout the brothers with the backbone thick. Veer brothers, color brothers, Bishop brothers legit. They don't talk about it, they be about it every day. Put the work in and y'all let the results say. Them boys on the rise, yeah, the circle stay tight. Plow boys, wall boys, Havana boys in the fight. Different flags, same grind, same fire, same spit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the litmus test.
Legend of doom, behind set tone. Locked tight, locked in, carved in stone. Church boys hold it with the pit bull gauge. Fruit colors on man, Sean B in the maze. Arsenal game deal, but your knife stay sharp. Only in America, walk them down, ram in the dark. GHK and metal, high dog, pound by hard. When they hit, praise to the men who rock this shit.
Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, they live it.
Fat boy the legend, Lil Buster, real strong, southern bulldog, keep the bloodline long. Latin force pressure, sniper don't miss. Shaded day, shaded with a killer instinct. Twist, super night, pow, unit whole rank. Boot camp, click hitting like a Sherman tank. Little fine with the vision. Tennessee dog pound, got their eyes on the pit. All legendary, really the shit. Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick.
Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it.
Don't talk about it,
Be about it.
don't talk about it.
That's the yard law, from the pups to the legends, everybody stand tall. Every name on this track got a story that's lit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Every name on this track got a story that's lit.
Don't talk about it,
Be about it.
Call this some legendary pit bullshit, pit bullshit, pit bullshit, pit.
What up? What up? What's up? Big shout out to everybody out there in the Shark Tank. Big shout out to all my people on the back street. And don't forget to hit that damn like button. Y'all know what time it is. It's Hot Mic Friday. Appreciate everybody for showing up, showing out. Appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out. Let me get see who out here right quick. 1 second here. Get my shout outs out the way. Yo, big shout out to the Insane Honey Badger. What up, fam? Bite down and shake that like button. The one and only Double M Despo in the house. What up, bam? Yo, big shout out to Unleashed History in the house. What up, fam? My man's Mr. Paul Johnson. What up, fam? My man, Mr. Carlos Lee in the house representing. What up, bam? Appreciate the love, fam. Yo, my man, Mr. Marcellus Shepard showing the love. What up, fam? Big shout out to my man, Mr. John Dembry. What up, fam? Yo, my man. Have it 360 in the house representing. What up, fam? What up, though? To my man, Mr. Chico Nicholas. What up, fam? Again, appreciate you guys showing up. Again, I was sitting back, Mo, we were just sitting back. And it was just funny because, he have his surgery on the 19th of next month. So we was laughing because it was like 30 days in between our surgery and they both fell on the 19th. So we just be bugging out on this twin shit. Because like the older we get in age, the same thing. It's like we go through the same thing, and it's just funny to us because life is funny like that. It's different when you live it compared to when you think about it, But when you actually live in that part of your life, sometimes it does get kind of like spooky type shit, But we was, thinking about, our situations and, for me, there's a difference between me and Mo. Because Mo he has a deeper, I would say, a different type of love for the dogs than I do. Let me put it that way. I'm more entangled in like the business side of things. So I never really got into trying to learn papers and all the other shit and all the medicine. Mo got vet books and he learned how to do all the things he did from a vet. He just took that shit real. He became very dedicated to them dogs, man. In every aspect. Now, keep in mind, we always say that, it happened for us early in 1981, 82. When he set his eyes on his very first bulldog to the point to where, yeah, I gotta have that. Him and my man, Boss Choke. May he rest in peace. But prior to that, Mo had already been in the dogs. He had the Doberman gang. And then after the Doberman gang, with so many other dogs, but at the same time, after 81, 82, he took on that process of treating the bulldogs like he was doing. He did his Doberman Pinscher. Mo was into the Doberman Pinschers to the point that he had every color of it that you could possibly have of a Doberman Pinscher. He had got so good with it that he could, every dog that he had that was a Doberman Pinscher of every color, he produced. And he had the Great Apollo because everything came down off his one dog, Apollo. And Apollo was able to create every color that you could have out of a pit bull. Now, that's a mad scientist to me, because what day did that boy wake up and say, Mike, you know what? I'm going to try to breed every color of a Doberman Pinscher. And I think Apollo got it in him. I just got to stay within the bloodline. Now, for me, I never understood what that meant. And when I seen the first blue one, kind of shook me up, because I was like, you know, it looked different. It was weird to me. And then he had the fawn one. Now, the red and the black, yeah, they was the first, you know, that came off Apollo. So he had all litter of red and black Dobermans. The second litter, he came up with one red, a black. No, he had two reds, two black, two fawns, and one blue in one litter. And I always thought, you know, man, how did you know to do that? And he was like, man, you got to remember the history of where Apollo came from. Apollo had been raised in, well, he had been bred, well, not even bred. His father lived in Kinston, North Carolina. And there was some big Doberman Pinschers, and they was actually bigger than your average Doberman Pinscher. These Doberman Pinschers damn look like Great Danes. And they were very, very aggressive. And I never understood how he was, you know, and that's another one of the reasons how he got the dog, because the man said, if you could go back there and take him off the chain and bring him back to the front, I'm going to give you this dog, which was Apollo. And MOE went right back there. He got Zeus off the chain, and he brought Zeus back to the man's front of the house. And boom, he's off into the Doberman Pinschers. But when you got into these pit bulls, you know, I look at it like that was the early 80s. Think about the 8 to 9 years from the very first pit bull to the time that we actually came to Florida, which was in 96, 97, I believe. That's a lot of years that went by for us dealing with the American Pit Bull Terrier. When we always tell you about Bruiser and Solo, Blood, BA, Judo, because they was basically the first things came out of Carolina. But you very rarely ever hear Mo talk about Lil Bosco, Crybaby, Dusty, you know, all the Eli Roscoe shit. And I would even say Eli, because you still have Ratchet, Little Ratchet. There was so many different other dogs that you very seldomly hear him ever talk about. And I'm going to tell you why. Because back then for him, it was a learning process. When he finally decided to make that move to Florida, I decided to move here anyway. I just, you know, the cold was too much. And I felt like, hey, it's time to go run to some sunshine. I had never, ever been to Florida before. And I just happened to pick here. And not too long after he came. But he had, I think, he had the Rottweiler. No, I had the Rottweiler. He bought the German Shepherd and 2 pit bulls with him. And it was from there the yard was created. Now, I know what dedication looks like when it comes down to these dogs. And some people just got it and just some people just don't. Hold on 1 second, gentlemen. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. it takes a lot of years. And so the dedication it took, even when it came down to building the yard, you know, we had to go in there, you know, run the water, clear out the tree line, put down the stakes, put up the dog houses, build the weapon cages, you know, all that, you know, and then the breeding part stopped. And so for me, I always just thought, you know, his love for the dogs he was just always going to have this certain love of regardless of what kind of dog it was. Me, myself, again, I'm nothing like that. I mean, I've had dogs. I've had maybe up to 10 dogs on my yard. But everything that I used to keep on my yard was everything that needed, you know, that special attention. You know, Mike, we're gonna hold him. He ain't snapped on yet, but I'm gonna put him over there with you. So I always got all the stuff, you know, that hadn't made the spots yet, you know. And this is they kind of like their home away from home. Because yeah, I always took care of the dogs, but I had about, you know, I had 5 acres myself, but I had a bunch of kids running around, and I just didn't want to fill up that whole thing with dogs. It didn't make sense. And then he had the trees where I didn't have the trees, you know, so all that kind of made sense. And I just had this special attachment to the ones that stayed over there with me, like Piper and Buddy. Those were Nico dogs, beautiful red nose bodies, everything. And them dogs lived to be, Piper lived to be 17 years old, and her father stayed on my yard up until he was 15 years old. You know, and them dogs, you know, them dogs grew up with my family, my kids. So, yeah, my dedication was a little bit different than his because it was easier for me. Then I had the kids to get out there, and you know, my sons, they automatically every day they would get up and feed the dogs. I didn't have to have a 4-wheeler to drive around the property because it wasn't but 10 dogs, and they basically had enough run with that big ass property that I didn't have to leave the property. So the reason I had this conversation, because dedication is one thing, but the true love of the dog is something totally different. Oh my gosh. 1 second, gentlemen. This light isn't working no more. Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm running the shop by myself today. I think my love for the dogs was there, but it wasn't there like to the degree of him. And I respect that because, you know, Mo it's always just been in his blood. You know what I'm saying? Mike check. Yeah, it's always been in his blood. So I always feel, yeah, there's a difference between the two. Let me get my shout outs right quick before I get too far ahead here. Big shout out to the Street Talk Walker with Street Talk. Yeah, big shout out to Street Talk with Bar. What up, fam? Big shout out to my man, Walnut PA in the house. Yo, my man, Mr. Vladimir Irvin in the house. What up, fam? Constant Trauma Kennels, I see you. Big shout out to my man. Walking down Ram in the house. What up, Ram?
What up, OG?
Ain't shit, man. I appreciate you coming up, man. Look,
Yeah, I got a little time before I eat dinner. I came up though to tell you we appreciate the honorable mentions in that intro, man. And that shit slapped too. I appreciate the hell out of that, bro.
Yo, bro. You
Pit
know,
bullshit. Pit bullshit. Who's that rapping on there?
You know, I have no idea. I mean, I called 50, and I think he slid me in Yayo and Young Buck. You know what I mean? But you know, shit like that happen. They don't really want to give you credits for it. You know what I'm saying? So you just write it and they do it.
Yeah, I fucks with that though, man. Yeah, let me know when y'all get the links and shit ready. I help promote that shit, put it out there, whatever you want to do with it. I fucks with it because it's actually a dope ass song.
Bro, y'all let me know, man, because I don't know how to do none of that shit. I know how to put the music together, but I don't know how to put that shit out there for people who don't have to keep playing the video. I want them to be able to get the shit and just ride with it.
All right, yeah.
So I know the track be bouncing.
Pop it up after the show. It's easy. I'll show you. That shit easy as fuck.
Well, I appreciate that, bro. You know, Mo ain't here tonight, and I figure I'd just jump in here and say, you know,
yeah,
live.
Check one.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's Mo right there. I was finna say, I see you on stage.
Okay, I know who's gonna pop up. Well, good to see you, man. You know, I wasn't gonna let it go down like that, so that's why I'm in here. But y'all too. I mean, I got two legendary dog, man. That me myself personally, I'm only around. You know, trust me, y'all. I'm around for the ride. You can't have Mo without Mike, so I got a freebie in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you did your part for the dogs too, though. You know, so you part of y'all success too. Don't never sell yourself short, OG. You feel me?
Oh man, you know, but I don't take credit for. I'm not one to take credit because trust and believe, man. I be so stuck on taking care of him and business that all he has to really worry about is what he loved to do, and that is them dogs. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, but somebody got to do that, though. You know?
Yeah, which is important. That's why I always felt like a camp. When you put the responsibility on one person, it's a big responsibility. And back in the day, both of y'all know what I'm talking about. Most of the time, it was camps handling this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was good people and camps, you know, hooking up and making these things happen. Which I felt like that's a big responsibility because, you know, people don't understand how big relationships are in these bulldogs, man. And I don't know if they take it as serious as we did back in the day compared to the now, because even though we had a bunch of bullshit back in the day, a lot of the them circles of people, them camps, they was all of them, everybody basically thought the same way. Everybody was on the low. Everybody was doing, you know, creating their own shit. Everybody was helping everybody.
Played their part too.
That's
you
right.
know?
Everybody
like, Yard boy would never talk crazy to a motherfucking handler at pit side. You feel me?
Never.
Not like Yard boy wasn't important because somebody got to feed and look at the dogs while somebody else at work or somebody else working the dogs, you know? So his part was important, but he respected his lane of what he did, you know?
Yeah. And then
just like a handler would never talk crazy to a conditioner if he wasn't conditioning them.
That's true. And you never look. I mean, when I sit back and I look on it, I'm like standing on the outside of, you know, the creation of the yard and just saying, this boy crazy. You know what I mean? But to see it come to reality and see how he took off in them late 90s into them 2000s until, you know, everything went bad. The dedication, man, was so unfamiliar to me because I didn't even love work that much, you know, and I ran my own shit. You know, that boy would be, even though he ran his own business, but he ran his business and his dogs coefficiently. Like he gave his work thing that provided the food and the family, the roof over their head, and boy would be out there 10, 11 o'clock at night, man, still whelping puppies, making breedings. It was almost like an everyday thing to him. Mo would very seldomly come to my house.
Job.
Right. It was like a real second job to him. He very rarely came to my house unless he was bringing a dog. 99.9% I was going out to the yard. And for me to drive out to the yard, I'm telling you, man, that was at least, I think, a good 20-mile ride for me.
Yeah. But that same dedication, though, when you fast forward is why when he sent the dog out west and I got to see it, like, that shit did even good out here, Oh, that is an accumulation. Like, yeah, you could breed a good dog, but all the husbandries and shit that go behind it that the people don't see is what gets you to the good dogs, So I like that shit. What was that dog name y'all sent out here to VBK mode? That bitch. Hey,
what a day.
What a day. Yeah, that bitch was the truth in the booth. I tried to buy that bitch both times I seen it. Real good shit.
Now you seen
that shit had me thinking all Mayday dogs was like that.
But you know what? You couldn't tell Mo that they wasn't when they was on that yard. You thought she was a beast? You should have seen the shit. She was a monster.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all sold a good dog out west. Y'all didn't sell the great one, so I know if that good one was the fucking goods. I know the great ones had to be something to fucking see.
Oh my gosh. But you know what, man, I got both of y'all here. And I'm trying to understand the longevity. What in the world, like, I take my hat off. I seen Floyd, at his early, not early, but in his late years, he's the old Floyd Boudreaux, you know what I mean? But I look at that man almost like he was like one of the founding fathers, of the Bulldogs, because you always seen his name somewhere.
Yeah, in the modern day dogs, from your time in the game to mine and forward, he was our modern day Earl Tudor.
Right, because back in the day, Mo was in them Eli dogs, Floyd Boudreaux all over the goddamn place.
Yep.
Carver and Floyd Boudreaux was all over them damn early pedigrees. Them dogs that he don't talk about. And, I'd be wondering, what's in your head? What's clicking in your head? That, the longevity of trying to sustain just American Pit Bull Terrier, and what's that driving force? Because I think you need to share that, because I don't have enough people that actually have done it to the degree of longevity when you spent your life primarily doing this.
Yeah, like if this was a job, I could retire with a fat 401k. But for me, and I think it might be the same with Mo, and that's we talked about on our show earlier on Game Dog Talk on Patreon. I had to get the drop in there, but it's that competitive spirit, the spirit of competition, because doing dogs at a high level is hard as fuck to do. I don't care what area you come from, every area rather got a fucking top shelf of dog, man, that if you can't get out this area, ain't no need for taking your show on the road. Because these guys is the on the road show. So you got to take they fucking slot from them in that competitive spirit. And I was lucky enough to start out with good dogs. And I was also cursed enough to start out with good dogs, because that made me think every dog was like that, So I had to go through a lot of dogs looking for the dogs that was like that. And therein lies the education and shit. But that competitive spirit kept me in that game. You feel me? Because I know it's good dogs out there, no matter the bloodline, and you could get your hands on them. So once I got that figured out, I got my competition part figured out, and I stepped into that fast lane, and I didn't get hit. I had a fast ass car. Matter of fact, now I'm winning races and shit in the fast lane. That shit is like a fucking drug, just because I got an addictive personality, but I choose adrenaline to be my fucking addiction. And just that small hit of adrenaline, knowing I'm going into the best, it's a chance that I could lose, but it's a way bigger chance that I could win. And even if I lose, I'm going to lose in glory, because I didn't bring no bullshit. I brought a bulldog, so you was going to have to kill me. You feel me? So I took honor in that too, in that warrior spirit. So that competitive spirit and that warrior spirit, when it's true to you, that's who you are. Like, I could have been a fucking elite soldier if that would have been my drive to do that, you know. Had I been born in a fucking military family type shit, I would roll with that and been good at that too, you know. Just no different than why I love the street race, just that competitive spirit. Yeah, you bad, you a fast motherfucker, but hey, I am too. Only way to see who the fastest and the baddest is we're gonna line them shits up. No different with the dogs. We're gonna line them up, man. Cause I think I done fucking got my shit honed in enough and fucking focused in enough, and my breeding standards, my coloring process, all that, my schooling, everything is all high standard. I think I'm the best now, motherfucker. And there's nothing wrong with that. Every man that competes in anything should feel that way, you know. I'm gonna always say all the best dogs is out west because that's where I'm from. But I ain't gonna get mad if you say hell no, all the best dogs are from the south because that's where you come down from, and you know you made your bones. Mo might say, well, I don't know. We got some shit up there up north that'll fucking split your shit back. They the best. Cool. Everybody's supposed to think that. And I don't think you a buster if you don't think that about your shit, you know, because every fast lane dog, man, I ever campaigned with, against, or bet on they shit, they fucking felt the exact same way. I don't give a fuck if I couldn't understand a word they said. That aura and that spirit fucking talk to my aura and my spirit, and we both like, fuck that. We got the best, or I'm betting with you or against you, whatever. I know you did your best effort, you brought your best dog. Same as I did, and I gotta respect that because I know how hard it is just to get one in shape, you know? And it's even harder getting to the good ones that's worthy of being put in shape, you know, to be fucking presented as a best representation of me and my program. You feel me? So just that there alone, even though I've been out the game for hell alone, just that passion, it take me back to them days when I was fucking getting ready for one. All shit, it's time to start schooling these prospects out. That same feeling I get, that passion is still alive in me because I'm still a competitive motherfucker. I just compete in other shit now, you know, that's legal. So yeah, I think that might be the same for just any dog man who did more than fucking 5 years in the game, because most burn out after the first 5 years, you know.
Right.
I know plenty of good dudes who tried their hand in it, and soon as they first one quit, that heartache, you know, that shit hurt, but that warrior spirit is gonna teach you to fucking accept that shit and admit to yourself where you went wrong. You know, you might have had a thought that dog might have been a curve, but you know, you didn't push him far enough because he was good enough for what you seen. And combined with your keep, you feel me? You want to just say fuck it and roll the dice. Whereas other motherfuckers like me who did that, and I got the same result, which was an L. Yeah, it hurt to color them, get rid of them, all that shit. But my competitive nature is going to override that and say, okay, now I know what I got to do. And I'm only doing that from now on. And I fucking going to realize the signs of a bad dog too. So even though my shit curved out and I lost and all that, I got to fucking see the signs that I chose to ignore beforehand, you know, type shit. I'm just using that as an example. But just that competitive nature, if it's in you like that for real, you gonna do it, you know. In my mind, I could still fucking dunk. Until a couple weeks ago, I fucking tried to I can't even touch the net no more. You feel me? I used to be able to touch the white square in that motherfucking. I ain't even that tall. I had hops. You feel me? But just that competitive nature in me, spiritually and mentally, I feel it. But physically, fuck no. I'm lucky I was able to grab the fucking net. I can still bench 485 though, so there's that. But you know, just that competitive nature in me, I'm still trying to push 5 because my pops is 505 is his record, and I'm trying to get to 515.
And I want to give a special shout out to my man, Mr. Stephen Wing. Welcome to the Shark Tank, fam. I think you already should have your heart, but let me make sure.
Double M Despo, what up, bro? I see you in there. A couple other brothers who popped in there. Oh yeah,
he said, "Love this channel."
Alex.
Yeah, let's see who else I got here. I got
he tapped in from Romania.
Yeah, he said, "Love this channel. They really know what they are talking about. Bonafide dog man, experts on the real bulldog. Those that know. Love you guys. Love you too, fam. Big shout out to my man Alex Chrisang. I hope I ain't messed that up, Alex. Appreciate you for showing up and showing out, fam. He says, salute to the panel and the chat with you. All the best. all the way from Romania. Shit.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
that, fam. That's
Tapped
love.
in. That's love. Hell yeah.
All the way from Romania. Big shout out. Big thanks and love for that, my man. Now, hey Mo, you out there, man?
Hey, hold on. I appreciate that, Alex. You say, Ram, your way of talking, your mind should be studied. Thank you. I appreciate that. I might donate it to the Nut House one of these days. They got to get it back, though, because I kind of need it still.
Yeah, you sure do. Now, and Mo, now, you heard how I started the show off, right?
Not really.
Well, you know, the difference between me and you, your love is a little different than my love. And I didn't get the chance to ask Ron yet, but I figure I got you in here. You know, what is that driving force from the very first time that you know, I told him about you already had the Doberman Pinscher. So learning about the dogs was, you know, you already knew how to take care and deal with dogs. But when you took on that American Pit Bull Terrier, you took that to a different level, a bigger level than you actually did with the Dobermans. You know, we never did that for the German Shepherds. You know, we didn't do that with none of the Rottweilers or the Dobermans. What was it about that Pit Bull that you was like, yo, Mike, this is what we're going to do? Help them out on that drive and what you were actually looking for in your early ages.
I think the Gladiator. You know, I always had guard dogs. You know, I look at them as soldiers. But them pit bulls, they was like true gladiators, built like them, act like them. You know, didn't have much sense, like a Malinois or a Doberman. You know what I'm saying? Their sense was directed more into, you know, dogs. And I just felt like, you know, as a soldier, you know, I'm always feeling like I'm a general of all these damn dogs. And everybody had a role. And I looked at the pit bulls as a role, not like the Dobermans. Dobermans were used in the dogs I trained to protect. Them pit bulls, no, them dogs right there was like my honor. You know, I got a chance to get in there and pick out, you know, good dogs. I wanted to compete like I saw, you know, when we was in Carolina, we competed, but we didn't take it as, you know, it wasn't like it was on another level when I got up north and was taught, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what you're supposed to do. Down there, they wasn't telling us, and we were just doing what? Putting them down.
Yeah.
Didn't know how to condition them. And then the thing about it was we were still beating them up. So we know they was giving us the right dogs. We came to Ohio beating up people with those dogs.
Because you were still a dog, man. It wasn't like you was dumb to it.
Right.
You didn't know what, I mean, that Ohio run was a little different when it came down to, you know,
like taking judo, going into that big ass dog anyway, you know, not understanding like we were doing in Carolina. Did anybody throw a dog on the scale? No. You know, did anybody tell us any rules except for Paul? You know, he telling us what we could and couldn't do. But right. Paul was like, this setback, let them do it. This setback, let them do what they do.
Right.
That's it. You didn't say nothing about get down there and talk to the dog, because I got down there and talked to the dog anyway. But when it came to handling and all that, remember, that's how Dusty lost. Not knowing in one of them deep situations that you run into in the box with a lack of experience, I would have been handled Dusty. Dusty should have never lost that match that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not because back then didn't understand that the complexity of what it took to be in the game. You know, right back then we were just fighting dogs, and just so happening we had good dogs, or nobody would have never let us in their circle. You know what I'm saying? They saw we had good dogs. They was wondering how the hell these boys get these dogs. And once I got the hang of it, once I started seeing, then it just made me want to learn more. Thank God for Cash, but remember Pope was already priming me up, understanding the dogs that I bought from the Carolinas. Remember, he showed me how important those dogs was to the game, and showed me how to respect what I had on the yard based on who those dogs were and where they came from. See, that was the first thing I learned messing with Pope. You just don't have no dog twin. You just wasn't down there talking to two white guys. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he had to break it down who they really were. Like, who was Snooty? Who was Molly B? James Edwards didn't sit there and brag on Molly B. Alice Brewer didn't sit there and brag on Snooty and what Snooty was doing. Here we is getting dogs right there with him, right there coming off of these dogs. And I never heard one of them brag and say, that's going to be a damn good dog. Better know how to do something with him. Ain't hear none of that until we got to Ohio. Once we got to Ohio, it was a totally different story. Once the knowledge started coming in, it made me hungry. And the first thing I learned over anything was the pedigrees. Knowing what dog you came from North Carolina with. Them ain't just dogs. Yeah, I have papers on them, but them papers didn't mean nothing to me. I didn't know what they meant. I didn't even know how to read them. But once Pope got a hold of me and he started showing me who this dog was, who that dog was, this is the kind of dog you got. All pit bulls ain't good. Like, you would think everybody know, my philosophy is all pit bulls are fight. Most of them will. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see no big difference. But I learned real quick that the dogs that we got from them dog men is the reason why we were able to go around and do what we was doing as dummies. I'm doing what I'm doing with these dogs, and these dogs making me look good, and yet the dogs are better than me. Because I could have done far more with blood in them. I could have did far more with Judo. Judo could have been a grand champion if we hadn't been messing around because we didn't know.
Solo too.
Bruiser too. These dogs were special dogs, and we didn't have no idea the kind of dogs that we actually had. But as we learned, and the only reason I learned is because, like I said, it took us to take a little 35-pounder and go into this dog just 43, 44 pounds, bring my dog up to his weight, and knowing that my dog is looking all fat and healthy, and this dog looking all cut and shaped up, and yet we still watch Judo go in there and handle that dog. That's just tell you how good Judo was.
You picked Judo up at what, 40-something minutes?
Yep, 40 minutes. Because the dog was too big for him, and Judo was like, he had got tired, real tired. And I'm like, I'm not going to let this dog beat him up. They were like, man, pick that dog up. I picked him up. And then they came back and told me, like, man, what is you doing? They was already laughing. Remember how they were laughing at us, man, at the scale?
Yeah.
But then, we was already street guys in on Akron, so everybody knew who we was. It was like a lesson that they were really teaching us. They let us look like a fool that night. And then Cash came and was like, man, what is y'all doing? Remember that?
Yeah.
And that's what changed. Pope, he was a breeder and he knew papers, but even Pope was philosophy was put him down, keep him down until you find, walk away. And we come back. Remember, that's what he was doing.
Yeah. Whoever survived,
that's the good one.
That's the good one.
And we was destroying a couple people's dogs doing that, thinking that's how we do these things. Remember how Judo messed up Damien?
Yeah.
Remember how Blood messed up his brother? It was like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not B.A., Damien's brother. He had his
yeah.
And so we thinking, these dogs, they're just pretty good fighters. But then Pope explained to me why these dogs were good. All pits don't do that. All pits aren't that good. Y'all just was lucky enough to get the right dog. Y'all just don't, Cass said, y'all just don't know what y'all doing with the dog.
That's what all cash, everybody.
Oh yeah, when he got in there, he literally straightened me out, and he tested my dedication too. That was a long walk that I had to walk to his house every day because he set the match. He set the match up with the boys coming out of New York. He set the weight up, and he told me, man, you want to do this the right way, you will walk over here every day. And I walked over his house like a soldier every day, and did exactly what he told me. And he explained what he was telling me, and I really didn't catch on. But as the weeks went on, I started catching on. But I walked to his house every day, worked the dog, did what he told me to do, walked the dog home, did what he told me to do when I got home with the dog, and just sat down and waited up for the next day. But when I seen him go in there, and all them guys at that big show, and I saw Judo jump in there and treated that little 35-pounder like he wasn't nothing to him, he made that dog look like he was going for his championship in Judo. He just coming off a loss. Judo handled him like he was trash. Had everybody talking about him. They laughing at us when we came here that night. Remember that, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, dog already lost one. These boys don't know what they doing. Well, guess what? We introduced them to, we starting to figure it out. And that was the biggest mistake they could have made because we started figuring it out. You got to be able to do the right thing for your dog. This ain't not something you just take your dog and just, because he's good, you think he can whoop everybody. So you just put him on anybody to open up their mouth. Or you just do stuff just because he's a good dog. Are you thinking about the dog or are you on your ego run? And once I learned that part of the game right there, it wasn't hard-headed because being the way I was and I was learning, now I got Pope and Cash. And then you got Cash starting to take off with me. Then KP come through. Now you got me and him over there at Pope's house learning them papers, And once we start learning them papers, and I'm going up here, meeting the boys up in Cleveland, down there in Columbus. Now we hitting Michigan, and I'm starting to see these dudes, and I'm looking at these guys, and I'm like, yeah, this is some real shit here. Now I'm starting to catch on. It meant my presence in the box meant more to me after the judo match, after we won. That win right there, it was like, that was my first real match. Solo and Blood and Bruiser, yeah, they was winners, but we didn't win those matches like we won that match with judo. That was like a whole different feeling to me, a whole different scene. These dudes, that night, there was 4 shows, and we went first. But everything I saw after that, Satan went the same night we went. Yeah, that was Satan's first time coming out. And it just looked totally different than what we was doing in Carolina. There wasn't as many people in Carolina. This place was packed. And everybody, all eyes on the people in the box.
Yeah, that was a different setup.
It was definitely different for me. And then when I seen it in Cleveland and Columbus and then hitting all up there in the Michigan, I started seeing, hey, this is something, next time I get in here, I'm going to be ready. And I know that you have to be ready to go out there and do that or you're going to get embarrassed. One thing that we came in the game with, we came in with fast lane dogs. I've seen guys and I've seen their dogs and I'd be like, man, that dog is not a fast lane dog. I don't think you need to take him. Man, this dog is ready. I'm ready. I mean, I can tell you, man, I can bring guys in and they could get on this show and tell you, man, that they thought that they really had killers. And I was trying to save them. You know, and they put their dedicated hard work on the dog. I'm talking about every day. I'm telling how our cats did me. I was doing them, making sure they got their dog ready. But let me tell you something, man. I kept telling them, not ready for the fast lane. That dog not ready for the fast lane. Remember Pepsi Mike?
Yep.
Went all the way up to the rock. And what happened to her?
Yeah.
Did I try to tell them?
Yeah.
I put her in good shape, though, didn't I?
Yeah. What's the thing, man? What was that?
Yeah. That dog got on Pepsi so quick, Bluetooth Pepsi so quick, that nigga was scratching his head. Dang, Pepsi didn't even get started, Kyle. I tried to tell you. What about B?
Yep. That's another one.
Determined. I got it. No, you don't. It's not. I'm not putting it down. I'm just telling you. He got up there. Didn't even last 20 minutes. He's like, yeah, he goes scratching his head. What was that? I say, and both of them I said, welcome to the fast lane. There's levels to this shit. You know? Yeah. We just was fortunate to have those dogs that was at that certain level. You know, when you find yourself winning a lot of roles, you better find something that can give you some competition before you figure you got a badass dog. You ain't experienced enough when you new to the game to know what a fast lane dog look like. You know, all you know is your dog look like he tough as hell, like Pressure in them. Remember, Pressure had everybody fooled. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They had everybody fooled, and it wasn't like they weren't bad dogs. But them seeing Pressure in them, they thought they would be like fast lane dogs, but Pressure didn't have no mouth. You looking at the one thing that made Pressure good was she was crazy, and she would fight all night. But she didn't
took a lot to stop her.
Right.
You couldn't stop her.
But she didn't have no mouth. Them guys would have took her right out there in the fast lane and got her killed. And me, I'm complaining. All that she doing ain't nothing if she ain't hurting the dog. She ain't slowing the dog down. She trying to bite the dog, but she ain't hurting the dog. And that was those.
Yeah, you gotta have like super roughness, a lot of wrestling ability. Like everything else gotta be on 10 if you ain't got a fucking 4 mouth, you know.
Yeah, I had 2 little mate sisters that Pressure and Piranha.
Yep, Pressure and Piranha. Now Piranha had a mouth.
Piranha had the mouth. Yes, she did. She definitely had the mouth. But Piranha they had 20 fights by the time we got ready to learn, when we started learning the game. And we was putting Piranha and Pressure on males.
On everything.
We just putting them on everything. Just ruining the dogs, man. We were literally ruining the dogs. And they were really the 2 dogs that we ruined because we was putting them on males and females and whoever came along. Didn't care what size. And these were little bitches. I'm talking about 30, 31 pounders.
Oh, yeah. But that's part of the learning curve, though, you know. You wouldn't know you're not supposed to do that until you got the bad results of doing that. And somebody told you, like, that's going to always happen if you do that, you know.
Yeah, they was like, man, the dogs had so many scars on them, bro. The dogs
were black dogs, too, man. They were black.
They had so many scars on them, man. They was
looking like Dalmatians.
For real, bro. I mean, and God would see them, man, and they just be looking at us like, you know, and the other thing was we didn't know how to heal them. We wasn't doing nothing but washing them off and then just putting them on the chain and give them about a week or 2 to swelling that would go down on his own. But the scars, they were, you know, there were scars that would open up. As soon as we put them down, like next time, you know, scars open right back up.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just, I look back at that time, man, and just look at how I did it, man, and thank God for Ohio Cash and them to introduce me to the real game. You know, I didn't come in the game on the backyard boogie. I came in the game wild in the backyard, but they took me out there in that fast world, man, and I saw real dogs.
Yeah, but let me ask you this right quick, OG. Do you think from you doing that and then bro pulling your coattail though, but you also got to see the limit of these dogs and how far you could push them, you know? So when you did get to the good dogs, you was able to push them that far, you know, and expect that. Like, to me, I think that would be like your baseline setting of what you can and can't do with a dog. Because granted, you know, you did roll a dice till the dots came off, but you were able to also learn that even though these ain't the top quality dogs that we got now and that we getting to, you can see if these raggedy motherfuckers could go this far, then these name brand niggas should be able to go that far at the very least, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what the bad part of that round was messing me up though. Didn't none of them ever quit, so I never knew what. I mean, I see dogs quitting. My dogs weren't quitting.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I'm thinking, you know, these is, you know,
how all dogs is all these.
Right.
Yeah, I got triggered. I had that happen too, because you know my first dog I got was a 2-time winner. So my only experience before that was with a dog named Champion Max, who whooped on the neighborhood Rottweiler that used to terrorize us. So in my mind, from them two experiences, like every pit bull is like this or better.
Right. I didn't know what a cur was.
Yeah, because you never seen one.
Not on my yard. I never understood what cur meant until I started seeing dogs stop. And I'm like, why ours don't do that? I'm picking mine up off the flow. They do all their work and I wouldn't know how to pick up my shit. And God would make me stop doing it. You know, stop, pick that dog up, man. What are you doing? You gonna let the dog die there? You know, they're already on these big ass dogs, and you know, and I'm thinking they'll be all right. They'll get back up. Man, these dudes was cussing us out.
Well, because they had the experience to see, like, oh, damn, these niggas got some dead game shit. They finna fuck it off. They keep on.
He was fucking it up, man. They was making us pick them up because they would do all that good work, and then they would get so tired because they fighting these dogs. They're so big, and mom, we keep taking them to the corner. They keep coming out. We just figured they keep going until, you know, somebody die or, you know.
Yeah.
You know, God was like,
some evil down shit.
Right. They was like, man, these dudes is fools. But you know, from the block, you know, they called us fools anyway. But you know, for us not knowing, we looked at even worse by just leaving the dog there when they got so tired and they just be laying there and they'd be like, man, get your dog.
Yeah, but you don't know what you don't know, though, you know.
Exactly. I just get the dog because they were dead ass tired, and they'd be like, man, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
You know? So, and they'd be like, take them back to the corner and see if they scratch. And I take them back to the corner and the dog was scratching. They'd be like, that's enough. Man, get your dog.
Yeah.
But I used to do it all the time. I mean, guys, when I said I was rolling a nut when it came to rolling dogs, man, I wouldn't care. I mean, you say something, I'm gonna go get pressure, piranha, and judo. You know, that's 3 dogs that I ran and got.
Yeah, that was your main line.
Solo came along and Solo won. And then Solo turned around and hung herself that night. And, you know, again, doing dumb stuff. Who ties a dog on the banners, on the steps? You know, I'm in North Carolina, there is no basement. So I'm back in Ohio. Who puts your dog on the landing of the steps that falls through? You know, I wasn't thinking about the dog would fall through the steps and hang herself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Didn't figure that out till the next morning when I went down there walking down the steps. I see the leash, you know, down there in between the steps, and there's my dog hanging there. All the shit a dummy would learn, I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
So I had
the part of the process, though. It ain't like it was nowhere we could just go fucking just meet a dog, man, and he just schooled us out, you know? Like, you had to get up.
I come in there acting like I was the Yankee boys or one of them top band. I come in there acting just like any greenie. Didn't know shit.
Yep, because you didn't, until you did. That's just part of the game. But back to the original question Mike had asked, I think that too is also part. They make you stay in it because you had them trials and tribulations early where you did it wrong and still was seeing, success and getting closer and closer to the fucking fast lane. Then once you get there, now you building you a car to race in that motherfucker, basically.
Oh yeah.
So once you got your car up and running, that's the dogs, and now it's fucking all systems go. But it took you a while to get there because what I was alluding to earlier, I was fucking 12 when I got my first dog. My first real hookup I got to see was at that show that I got the dog from. But that's cool. It make a good story, but that shit go back to tricking you, So having that and seeing that ignited the warrior in the competitive spirit in me, but also had to go through a lot of curves too, and I had to learn that same type of hard way that they all ain't the same. And when you get ones that's like that, you got to respect them and put them on the pedestal because they hard to come by. You get one that's as game as your dog's buck a scrap. You feel me? What you ended up with, in the long run, but it ain't no shortcuts in this shit. You got to get bumps and bruises and do the dumb shit, because it's lessons in the dumb shit too. For me, having a lot of curves and ruining a lot of dogs who could have potentially been bulldogs where I curved them out early, I learned how to spot a curve. I got so good at it that I can fucking you taking your shit off the truck. I see you, I'm like, oh yeah, that dog curve. I ain't betting on him. I had so many curves and I paid such close attention to them before I knew they was curves. All I got to do is remember the signs, the little shit, the little tails they do, the little mannerisms, all of that, And 9 times out of 10, I was right, when I was active. But having that too also kept me from feeding a lot of curves, I found out how to get to the curves early. You didn't have to scold, drag them, or nothing crazy like that,
Oh, yeah. Ohio Cat told me something real smart that I never forgot. He seen what I was doing, and he pulled me to the side one day, and he said, let me tell you something, man. One, you can't make a puppy a man. I don't give a damn how good that puppy is. You you go in there trying to put that puppy on the man, and that man gonna bring that puppy out of him.
Yep.
Number 2, the more fights you put on your dog, the more you're taking something out of your dog. Your dog don't have but so many fights like any other fighter. You abuse that, you abuse the dog, you're never going to make it in the dog game. And I had to figure that out.
You'll never make it out your own yard.
That's right. That's right.
Excuse me, fella. Let me get these shout-outs out the way right quick before we get too far ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say you got a cat, or not a cash app, but a super chat, too.
Yes, sir. A big shout-out to my man, DM Freeze and the MV Freeze. What up, fam? Big shout-out to Greater Lives in the Hills. What up, fam? DMV Freeze. $5. Appreciate the love, fam. Marty Moore. I see you. Let me see. Mr. John Johnson. What up, fam?
Hey, he says it's his birthday today, so big birthday shout out to John Johnson, man. Shit, have fun and be safe out there tonight.
Man, John Johnson. Happy birthday, fam.
Happy birthday, fam.
And a big shout out to
Calypso
Booker.
Oh, what up, Calypso, cuz? Yeah, that's Cuzzo right there. I fuck with Cuz. He got a good channel too. If y'all ain't hip to it, he do a lot of good interviews and shit too. His called Beer and Bulldogs. He be on there getting drunk and shit, asking niggas questions. I was on there though. He cool. Cool dude.
Drop that link, Calypso. Be glad to subscribe, fam. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Burning Star. Yo, J-Rock's in the house. What up, fam?
What up, J-Rock? What up, Vern?
Hey, hey, Mike, I wanted to tell everybody about my daughter's house burning down and what happened today.
All right, go ahead.
My daughter,
Seawood, what up?
She had she lived in an apartment and she had one of my chaos's pups in her house. And her house, the people next door to her house burned up. So it caught her house on fire. Now, when it caught her house on fire, the police came there. They didn't know there was a fire. So the police kicked open her door and came in and immediately got attacked by Chaos's son. When I say he jumped on the cop, he jumped on the cop right off the bat. Cop got bit up right there on his forearm.
He's doing his job though.
Exactly. So my daughter, she's scared because she's thinking the police can ready to shoot the dog. She don't know why the police is in the house. He's talking about the house is on fire. You know, after getting bit, he was like, you know, she called him off. You know, she told him no, and you know, he let the man go. But then the man was like, she said, why you come in here? He said, man, I knew you had the little black, you know what they call them, little Frenchies. She said, I knew you had the little black Frenchie, but I didn't know you had a goddamn Malinois up in here. I would have never came in here like that.
You might as well have been a lion on the other side of that motherfucking door. Especially if he know how to bite. Like, yeah, that's a rough day.
Yeah, man. So the EMS had to come. They had to ask about the dog having rabies shots and all that shit, and she just scared to death, like she's worried about him taking her dog. But the man said that he was wrong. He was wrong. He should have never came in there like that, because where he thought he was coming in to save everybody and get everybody out the house, he wasn't expecting to see that type of dog in the house. Or like he said, if I knew he was in here, I wouldn't have never came in here like that. So it wasn't your fault. You know, so don't take it hard. Like, no, we're not going to take it. You know, Again, he turned right around and bit the damn investigator. Turned right around and bit the investigator, because the investigator walked up on her while she's holding him. She walks right up on my daughter while she's holding the dog, and the dog jumped up and grabbed her on the thigh.
Yeah, people are dumb, man. This is a personal protection dog. You got to announce yourself, and it got to be agreed upon between the handler and the dog that you are okay.
But my daughter was screaming to her, "Don't come over here." She kept screaming to her, "Don't come over here." And the lady like, "I need to talk to her." And she was like, I don't want to talk to you right now. Don't come over here. And she came right over there like she didn't hear what she was saying and got bit.
Like, lady, this dog just bit a motherfucker with a gun in his hand. You coming over here with a clipboard after you've been told don't come over here. So that's to be expected.
Wild day, right?
And it wasn't my daughter didn't have it. It was her kids had her. Her kids had the dog.
Oh,
and the lady wanted to go talk to everybody over there, but they was across the street from the house burning. And she just was determined to go over there and talk to the kids.
Oh, and yeah.
Walked over there.
That dog need a steak for dinner, if anything.
Exactly.
Double duty today.
And then she turned around and get bit. You know,
in his mind, he stopped an intruder and a would-be kidnapper.
My daughter then packed up her shit, got what she could out the burnt up house, and took her dog and got out of the county, because she said there's nowhere in hell them people might think about that shit, want to come back and take her dog. And she was like, I'm not letting these people get my dog. So she then took and moved up out of the county, worrying about them coming back to take him, because she feeling like they're gonna make him a dangerous dog, and she didn't want to get them to take him. And I was like, baby girl, one thing about this dog, you better learn how to handle him. That's the one thing you need to do. You got to learn.
It sounds like she got a good out on him, because if she told him, you know, whatever her release word is, and he came out a hole, that's always a plus.
Yep. And all that was panicking, screaming at him, saying no. That was it.
Yeah.
Screaming at him, hollering, no.
Yeah, it's like she just needed to do a couple of courses on proper management, you know, when to assess a threat and what is a threat and when.
Yeah, but here's the problem. See, the dog has been with Mo all this time. So the dog, he's one of Chaos's kids. So he's not that old, but you know, Mo raised him. So he knows what to do. They just don't know what to do.
So she just needs to train in on how to implement. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to my man Seawood. What up, fam? Now, hey, Ram, well, I got you, man. Crazy story, man, because you and your kids and them dogs, you know.
Right, because he don't bark. He don't bark when he bites you.
No, he don't say nothing. You walk right up on him. You wait till you get.
Yeah.
He don't say nothing. he just pops out.
That's a personal protection dog, you know. By law, you know, if you was using them as that, then yeah, he's supposed to give you one bark to let you know there's something in here, and if you proceed, that's gonna happen. But technically, yeah, it wouldn't hold up in federal court. And I know this because you know I train them personal protection dogs too.
Hey Ram, now West Coast, East Coast, right? Where did that and I know we a little older, and Mo, you could jump in on this at any given time because you had a couple guys come all the way from the West Coast and get some dogs from you. But where did this thing come from with the battle between West Coast and East Coast in the dog game?
That's easy.
Remember when that started?
We say, yeah, we the best, and they think they the best. That's what I go back to what I was saying earlier. That's you supposed to think that, and I'm gonna think you a buster if you don't think where you come from is the best. And not only that, you got to be the best out of where you come from, because that's what I think. Every time I step over the border, it's Team West, yeah, but I'm Southwest. You feel me? If it come down to Battle of the States, I'm going with the home state, no matter what. You know, you're supposed to think that.
Is it fair to say a dog out west ain't nothing until he win in, you know, the South or the North? Is that, you know, that calculation of contest just seeing to drive this game for a couple years in the late 90s because, you know, nobody was respecting the dogs out west. That's why
that ain't fair at all, man. If it wasn't for the dogs out west, motherfuckers wouldn't have the dogs we got now. If it wasn't for the West, it wouldn't be no Daibo. So everybody that's fucking heavy on the Daibo, which is most of these dogs today, take Daibo out, put a different dog in there and see how good it go. You feel me? I always say that. We home of the Bolio dogs, all of that, home of the Heinzel shit. It's just, you know, everybody got their time in their era. So everybody, when it's their era in their time, the East Coast gonna have the best dogs in the country. When it's their turn, it's gonna go to the South. It's gonna fucking to the Midwest, Northwest, Central West, Southwest. That's just how the game go. That's the ebb and flow of the game. Everybody get a turn. Now, what people do when it's their turn, you know, is to be determined. It's up to them, you know, because if New York getting this their turn and them niggas is only looking for mouth, so they starting to implement more mouth and shit, and you start losing the gameness. That was the stronghold of how you was able to hold down your turn. Then yeah, you're gonna lose your turn, and it's gonna move to the next. And the cold part about it, if it moves to the next, and the next man is doing it right, he gonna have his turn for a little bit longer because he got some of your time now, New York. And it's just that's the ebb and flow of the game, you know. It's good dogs literally everywhere you go. They all gonna be bred how they bred. They all gonna have the same traits, whether good, bad, or indifferent. You know, you could get a game ass fucking game plug Eli dog the same way. If you look hard enough, you could get a hard biting, stifle, rough ass red boy dog. You know, especially a lot of people in modern times forget that red boy dogs initially was them rough ass, hard biting game dogs. It's just the breeding practices over the years. People slack or whatever for whatever reason, or fucking get the bright idea they want to breed this bloodline this way as opposed to sticking to the traits of the bloodline. And that's where, you know, you start to see a lot of different bloodlines fall off. But Red Boy initially was known to have that mouth and shit and that gameness. Just his style wasn't all that, you feel me? But you put the Jocko in there and that's adding style, a little bit more brain, real mouth. And another thing, Red Boy dogs wasn't known to be dumb dogs, you know? And that's just a dog I'm using just for this conversation's sake. But you know, everybody get a turn, bro, you know? Everybody.
That's true. That's true. I tell you like this. This is what Cass told me. Cass said, when we went to Michigan, we so used to Ohio dogs. Now we go to Michigan and we see a whole new world. You know, I always thought Ohio was the one that had badass dogs. I get to Michigan, I'm talking about Saginaw, Flint, Kalamazoo, Detroit, Romulus. Man, everybody up there had a badass dog to me. Man, I've seen so many great dogs, man, up in that Michigan area, man. I'm talking about McNasty, the A-Team, Buns and Company. These dudes came in, man, with their dogs so built and pretty and rough. And these matches were vicious matches, man. Vicious matches. And I'm like, man, this is a whole new game right here. I remember the first time I saw McNasty and them, they were doing Champion Bo. I think that was one of they. I seen Bo before I seen Joey. Then I seen a dog named Frankenstein, and then I seen we seen like 4 fights up there before we got a chance to see Queen and not Queen, but Pepper.
What King David? Don't forget McNasty.
No, we seen King David.
Yeah,
but we had seen. I think she was like a 4th time when I seen the Abrahams lose to Pepper. And I was enthused with the Abraham because they were so cool. These dudes were some cool dudes. The way they had their stuff and their charisma, and the way they came in as a team, and you could tell they was
real player-like.
Right. So, I got infatuated with them. I was really infatuated with the Abraham. McNasty and the Abraham. Now, I ran across True Colors. I ran across Big Ralph, Suburbanite Paul. I seen Sable, but Armin. Yep, Armin. But that damn, them Abrahams, man, they was just the way they conducted themselves and the way they did their dogs. I felt like, that's the stage I wanted to play on.
Yeah, I think we copied our style somewhat from them.
Yes.
There was a lot of things they did in the box together, and they communicated.
Yes.
They always had they just didn't pop up in the box. They had a plan every time.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but see, you was able to experience that and then implement it. Yeah. But not only that, you was able to also teach it to your proteges coming up. So back to the original question, that all of that's what make the game good, because when it is, say it's Texas' turn to have the good dogs, guess who happy ass gonna mosey his way on down to Texas and see if he could get his hands on some good dogs, or if I could hook into them good dogs, or how good are they? Let me see, And that's just when the game is like that. That's how the game stay good. Because only the serious dog man is gonna do that, Even if you a serious local guy, you not finna travel though. So yeah, you serious, but you serious in your area, not even your region. You feel me? Whereas the fast lane dog man, he gonna travel just to go see. I might not have a dog in this fight or know nobody in this motherfucker, but dude I know invited me, so I want to go see. You feel me? And if I see something I like, what you want to breed to him? I ain't even gonna ask how he bred or none of that. I'm gonna ask that later on down the line because I liked what I seen and I want to be able to acquire some of that and hopefully, put it in my shit because it's gonna make my shit better. But that copy right there, yeah, all of them dudes is good. It's a lot of real good West Coast dog men. And one thing we don't do though, like I pop that shit, I brag about where we from, but most of us, nah. We don't even talk like you see Schoolboy. That's how the average dog man is as far as being more modest. I ain't gonna say humble, but just being modest about it. And we keep a lot of the shit on the low too. But yeah, it's some hell of a dog man came up and down from the northwest down to the southwest. Like top shelf, fucking my schools is better than some matches. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Big shout out to my man Carlos Ragos. Because LA Dream Team, Vero Brothers, Tito, etc. Wes had some nice camps too. I got to give it to Wes because I knew them guys right there. And LA from the LA Dream Team, man, that man is smart as hell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Captain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's my big homie uncle.
That man knows some shit, man.
Yeah, real smart. But you see, he don't never talk on nothing and all of that.
Nope.
You feel me?
I mean, just to have Simo having a conversation with him, and I mean, it went on for hours, man.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
I was on there with him and Triple M. I was on there with him and Triple M for hours. Yeah, they was just the conversation, man, that they was having, and all the little things that like the way you handle, the game plan, like being a football coach. They was bringing knowledge to the game. It's just more
different nuances
and letting them go. You got to know what you're doing when you get in there. You got to know. You got to have a plan. And it was just listening to them and then taking it home with me. And then when I'm going to all these shows, I'm getting a chance to see, how these guys was handling and how they moved and knowing when they dog needed that break and how they let off. And notice how someone would just walk away from the dog. All those little things like that you start picking up, and then you got guys standing right next to you that know you're trying to pick up on it and be like, why he did that. I'm still dealing with Cash. He why he did that. He get away from his dog so his dog could kind of settle down and get that rest.
Yeah, while he's still in hold, he able to catch his breath without coming out cold.
Right, because you get in there and stay on it, he's gonna keep working. If you keep pushing, he's gonna keep working.
Yeah.
So it's not always go, 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 go. No, it's not always go, 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 go. You gotta know when to stop. You gotta know when to help your dog take a break. You gotta know how to handle. You gotta know how to position yourself. You gotta know how to walk those dogs down the wall into those corners. I mean,
exactly. And when to box the other dog in with your dog, you can't touch the dog. But if you get behind him, and the dog ain't gonna want to run into you too, so he gonna get stuck on the wall.
That's right. He gonna try to avoid you. That's right, man. I learned so much. Listen to these old dudes talk, man. I would go home, man, and I would practice. I would practice. I'm already rolling dog, schooling. Now I'm just practicing my handles. You know what I mean? Knowing how to get a quick handle. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how
looking for the transitions when they coming out of hold to get to another hold, or if they trying to adjust that hold. You get that fast reflex, man. That timing make you a hell of a handler. I won most of my shit on handling. Like I had some real good dogs, but I had better handles than good dogs,
Yeah,
man, I always felt like I was Joe Abraham in that mug, man, when it came to me and handling. I mean, I think my style, it was like it's the style and the thinking. You're thinking with the dog. You know? And that's what made that Martell and Radar match such a great match. You seen two badass dogmen in there with two badass dogs. And I'm talking about it wasn't a slow point in the match. And the things that they were doing, man, were amazing. I'm talking about handles that were so quick, so fast, and everybody trying to get their scratch off. That was another thing I learned. Everybody get a handle. Then the next man, he trying to get a quick handle so he can get his scratch out the way. And if he can get his dog on top of your dog, he trying to make sure his dog can take so much out of your dog so before you can get a handle. He don't want you to get a handle. But
So now when it's your turn to scratch, if you take one step out the corner, I'm letting this motherfucker go again.
Exactly. Man, it was just so much, man, when you learning right there by experience. I'm learning by experience, by watching. And, with the knowledge that I'm getting fed, you start putting it together like a book. You know what I'm saying? You start understanding why and what they're doing.
And not only that, but when to do it,
When to do it. All those little things, man. Everything became, it's like everything you do with these dogs, there's a reason. Everything.
It ain't nothing freestyle. All this shit got a purpose.
Everything.
From the food you feed him to the time you fucking clean up his shit and start his work day, everything got a fucking reason.
Everything boils down to a reason. And that's very important because it don't take but one. A puzzle is not complete if it's missing a piece.
Facts. That's the phrase that pays right there.
That's straight up. If you missing a piece, that puzzle ain't complete. You got a big ass hole. 1,000 pieces, if you ain't got but 999. It's
you
not
complete. 1 gram, you ain't even got a key, fool.
Okay. And I learned that everything comes together. Once you get it all together, you know, you're gonna lose.
It's poetry in motion. That's you know, we get a lot of slack for being former dog fighters, but when you see everything hitting on all cylinders, that shit is poetry in motion.
Oh man, I knew what it felt like.
Pure poetry and 2 good handlers who brought 2 good dogs in real good shape. That's like watching a choreograph some shit. You know, it's just real good, and it make you respect it. You know, it make you want to be able to do that. That shit always made me be like, fuck, I want them type of dogs. I want to do that type of shit.
The brat and Pretty Mama elevated me. The brat and Pretty Mama elevated me. And more the brat, because when I say the brat came from Red Ace. And I already knew what I learned with Red Ace.
Yeah, because you got to see Ace go. You feel me?
Right. So my heart was there because I wasn't scared of Tommy. You know, that 4-time winner shit didn't scare me to go to Puerto Rico. It motivated me because I knew I had the right dog to get her.
You just sound like every time you tell this story, you just sound like you didn't have your travel all the way down yet.
I didn't have my travel all the way. Like I said, that puzzle is missing one piece. If you missing one piece, you miss one thing. That one thing is going to make your shit incomplete. And that's going to be the thing to haunt you. Because whoever going to put a puzzle up on the wall with a piece missing?
Nobody at all.
And that's what happened with Red Ace. So it was a privilege for me to get blessed with a dog like the Brat. Brat was just like her mama. Just like her mama. And I was not scared to put her on no 2-time winner. Nothing. Could have bought a grand champion in there. I would have went at their ass. Because Brat taught me how to use her inside that wall. That's what I always wanted to know what it felt like to make that scratch and know that tonight I'm going to become a sporting dog champion. You just don't know what it felt like to sit around those months as Brat and Pretty Mama as 2-time winners and wondering would I be able to get me a champion. All I ever wanted was just to be able to scratch one for a championship.
Yeah.
To be able to win 3. You know what I mean? Everybody out here getting these champions, and I'm seeing what they look like. And I know I got one. I know can't nobody whoop Brat. I know can't nobody whoop her. But can she win 3 without me fucking it up? Am I going to have another Red Ace saga?
Yeah,
you know what
that was your test as a conditioner, you know?
Right. I don't want to mess this up. That's all I kept thinking about. Man, if you're talking about my most motivated, dedicated time was with them 2 bitches. Because it's hard to condition 2 bitches that can't stand each other. You have to be really dedicated to be able to take 2 dogs out and put them in a keep by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, you know I did that dumb shit before, and one of the motherfuckers scratched through the wall and then through the door to get to the other motherfucker who wasn't in there.
Oh man, I used to put them on the mill and be so.
I was
so
like,
worried about them breaking.
We ain't even in here.
Right, being careful. You know, you're in a keep, and you know they can't stand each other, and it's who gonna take off the mill first, because you know, as soon as you take one off, the other one gonna try to climb out the mill. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you move that other dog, she's coming up out the side, over the milk, kind of
trying to come over that fucking board, all of that.
Man, let me tell you, man. So I got in the habit of putting the crates right by the meals. So when I take one off, I take them and throw them immediately into the crate, turn the crate around to the wall. Right, put it right up to the wall, and then go grab the other one. While they already got their arms hanging over, then their head hanging over the side wall, barking and
crazy as hell,
acting nuts. So it was an experience to learn just to get that far with them. You know what I'm saying? You know, all those little incidences where, you know, just to get to that point. And I'm gonna tell you, man, the day that I had them dog, Brat was the first one. The day Brat did that scratch the win, and that was her third match. Man, it was like I felt like I glowed that day. You hear me, man? It felt like everything and all the shit that I went through with the Ratchets, the Bloods, the Judos, the Mikeys, you know, none of them I never had a chance to make none of them a champion. So for me to be able to scratch and watch Brat run over there and get that win, now I got a 3-time winner. Man, it was nothing better than that feeling right there, bro. It was nothing better than that right there. And to see Mama do it, and the way Mama done it, Mama, she's one of them money dogs where, you know, she gonna have the people, you know,
betting against her.
Right, they're gonna be betting against Mama, cause Mama she act like she just a normal bulldog, and they really always thought they had the one to get her. You know, she was the one.
I love them dogs. Them motherfuckers do just enough to keep you behind, but enough to keep them ahead too. But it don't look like it until it's over.
Exactly, because everybody, I mean, by Brat's third match, everybody knew that dog right there is gonna be famous. They knew that. Because the way she did shit, she had that back stifle shit down just like Red Ace. She gonna flatten your tires. She gonna break you up. And one thing that she did through all 3 of her matches, the Red Ace, I've seen her do it so many times, but the one time I needed her to do it, she did not give it to me. And that was the way she acted in Puerto Rico. I could never see Brat doing that. Because Brat was crazy. I didn't care where we went and we traveled with her. Brat was like that from day one, from the first time that I mastered her to the third time that I mastered her. Brat was always the same dog, straight.
Well, but you learned from that too, though. You know, you learned from that, and you bred your bitch to a dog who traveled and still won. You know, made a last one. He was fucked up when he came back, and he still traveled and made it. So you was kind of able to breed some of that out in conjunction with you learning on how to properly travel with one too. So,
and you're correct. That was the change in the dogs that I believe. If Red Ace could have been Brat,
grand champion easy.
Yes, it would have been no problem.
But Mama won 2-time best in show and 2 of the 3 matches that they were matched together with.
Yep. Over Brat.
Yep.
So
that was crazy because I was thinking, I mean, how those people think? I thought Brat was amazing.
Me too.
But everybody was more intrigued with the bulldog that just hung around and then just smashed your ass. And it was like, that's a great comeback when really it wasn't a comeback. This dog was just weird.
That was her style. She was a red boy dog. That was her style.
Some dogs, some be like that. Hell yeah. Some be like that. For real. That should just be a funky style sometime, but you gotta beat it. You feel me?
Right. She was in such good shape that at that hour mark, she just seemed like that she had a watch. She just knew. By that time, the match looked like it would try to slow down. And all of a sudden, when it slowed down, when you think it can slow down, oh, you dealing with a whole different dog now. Oh, yeah.
Like y'all swap dogs on that motherfucker. Like y'all put a fresh dog in.
I mean, she turns into a fresh dog, and for the next 20, it don't matter how long it takes her. It ain't gonna take her long. Because once you hit that hour mark, she's a totally different dog. If she could come in like that, like she did the first time when we first did her, she came right out and that dog hit her in the shoulder and hit her in the leg and opened her leg up so quick, it pissed her off. So I'm expecting to see that the next two matches. I seen something totally different the next two. She just hung around.
Well, the first one, she was on something that she had to fight. Like, hold on,
right.
This bitch brought a knife. Wait a minute.
You're right, but she just slowed down. Time, hung around, and then after that hour mark, there's something about her that she just knew. Hey, this dog didn't got tired. I didn't put all this power on him. This dog can't keep up with my power. And I'm gonna show her that.
Steak marinade. She like, when that timer go off, it's up. Now, I kind of had some Eli dogs that was like that. Like, they didn't have a specific time, but it seemed like as soon as they just got done playing with you, they just start fucking you up. Just like, goddamn, you could have did this the first 5 minutes and we could have been gone.
That's what I used to say.
It never went past 10 minutes after they activated.
That's right, though. That's exactly what I used to say. But by this time, man, I done got into the pace thing. I got into the Roy thing. These dogs were strong as hell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, very strong. And it seemed like that. I think Mama, the way she looked, she always got that best and showed them last two because she was on two real good dogs. They seemed to be good dogs, but the way she made them look in the end, it was like she was.
That answered my question. Then she made two good dogs look below average. So she gonna win BIN. Yeah,
when she kicked in, too much bulldog, and these dogs were game. They was like they wouldn't lay down to her, but it didn't even matter what they did. She was never gonna let them get back on their feet.
Yeah, like you can't stop it. I swear to God, my Eli dogs is like that. This shit used to trip me out and piss me off because it's like you taking damage you don't got to, even though they wasn't taking a lot because they was pretty defensively sound. But as soon as they just be like, all right, I'm done competing. Let's get out of here. What's up, bro? That should be over. Quick.
I remember on Mama's second one, it was like, what I see, Mo thought he was going in there, he gonna do this little fast-paced thing with Mama. And she gave that boy this look, man, like, I got this, cut her eye to the side. And look, I got this. And because, she wouldn't, most dogs that we had, they react when Mo doing something. Yeah. So Mo, I guess, after what he seen the first time, and then he, Mama was on one of them rough ones, he felt like, he gonna send Mama in. And Mama was just looking at him like, when Mo talked to his dogs, they go eye to eye contact because he's down there where they can see each other. And she gave him this crazy look like, I got this. Yeah. One of them kind of things and Mo backed off of.
Yeah. He like, nigga, I fight way better than you. Watch out.
Watch out. I got this. Because, man, when she do kick in, it was almost like, why did you...
Right now you can talk to me now. I'll listen
talk to me now. But, prior to that, she gonna do what she want to do. She's gonna do it the way she want to do it, and you just have to deal with it. So
watch out, I'm fucking this cow. Move.
Right. See, that's the thing I learned about dogs. All dogs are different, regardless of who who got them.
You can work them all the same, but how they go is how they gonna go.
How they gonna go.
Just as long as they good at what they do. You feel me? Like, I don't care if you could be a paw dog, but is you an ace paw dog? I can fuck with you. I'm gonna work you no different than I would fucking buckshot or old dog. You're gonna get the exact same keep. You feel me? Totally different style.
I want to go ahead. I want to give a quick shout out to my man, Mr. Eric Lacey in the house, and my man, Mr. David Morris in the house. What up, fam?
Okay, so fellas, welcome.
Okay, I got a question for y'all. Okay, most of the time over the years, and I was talking about the warrior spirit, right? And I'm gonna start with this with you, Ram. When did you realize that, what set you apart from everybody else? Was it the dogs the type of dogs you were using, what set your foundation to where this was who you was going to be from this point moving forward?
I was already pretty good at the dogs, even though a lot of this shit I learned on the come up was self-taught, you know. I really didn't learn how to really work one until, you know, I was later on in my 20s. But that also helped because I didn't get caught up in all the old wise tales of what you should and shouldn't do with the dogs, all that shit, you know. And it kind of had a reverse effect because once I did learn that part of the game and shit and listen to it, it didn't work out for me. And that was don't breed your dog until you done campaigning them. So I like, fuck it, I'll make this nigga a champion and start breeding them, even though I had already had several champions before, but just listening to that way of thought, you know, and then getting full of my own male pride and bravado, like, fuck that, I'm only breeding dogs that's champs. And I won the second one and couldn't save them afterwards. You feel me? So every time I think about that motherfucker, I want to kick myself in the ass for listening to that. But all the other shit I didn't listen to gave me a deeper, in-depth look into the dogs as far as, you know, having a dog versus having a dog that's also a combat dog. You know, them two are totally different type dogs. A combat dog, he's still gonna love to do dog shit, but when he bred right and he true to his genetics, he's gonna be combat first, whether he good at it or not, you know. So you're gonna always have to look out for that and learn how to control and work around that. Because even though I'm not doing nothing with the dogs I got now, besides showing them and about to start getting the real weight pulling, but I keep that fucking trait in the dogs. I like that in them, you know. You gotta have that in there. And for me, I always kept that to the forefront, that and my competitive nature. You could beat me, I'm cool with that. I take the L, but I'm going to get better. I want my dogs to be not only as good as what you just beat me with, but better. And I got so good at that when I started fucking saying, fuck it, I'll let a couple of dogs go, I will keep a whole different set of different bloodline of dogs that could beat the dogs, you know, that I was selling to you. Just in case you tried to double back on me with, you done bred up some good shit off the shit I gave you. Now you want to talk crazy. That's cool, because I always had some shit that could beat that too. You feel me? So just shit like that. And then my conditioning, that's what really set me apart and really took me to the next level, able to bring a big motherfucker down there low. You feel me? Like I always use Old Dog as an example, and he was 51 to 52, sometimes 53 in the winter on the chain. But we was doing that motherfucker at 40 and 42, and his belly made brother, champion Buckshot, he was bigger than him, but only a few pounds bigger pit weight. But on the chain, Buckshot was around 68 pounds, and we was doing him between 42 and 44. But being able to bring dogs that far down and still keep all of their good attributes, like they didn't lose no strength, they didn't lose no mouth, their bodies actually got harder, you feel me? Once I was able to get that in there in conjunction with being able to use what steroids and when to use them, that shit, like, good luck beating me, motherfucker, because you're going to have to be doing the same shit I'm doing, which is bringing great dogs down to a smaller weight, no different than a human professional fighter, you know? So once I figured that out, good luck, because if you fucking not bringing in a big motherfucker that's at this weight too, and he still got all his faculties and still strong enough to compete and all that, you're going to lose every time. And the times you didn't bring a big one in there like that, it was just like, if I was to beat up on a fifth grader, I'm that much bigger than him. You feel me? Even though we came in the same weight. So you call it big dog, and I call it being professional. You feel me? Because a lot of the times all the forfeits I done got was because they was overweight. You know, if we hook at 42, I might come in at 41 and some change. But that's a big fucking 41 coming down from 50. That's a big fucking dog. Whereas most people would, you got a 50, 52, you ain't going past 45 lower. Well, I was so confident in my keep because I got the keep from Desert Rat first, and then Robert Lim, who he got his keep from, came down and showed us how to work one, spent the whole keep. And I learned the game straight from him. So I was able to take both of those shits and we refined it. of course, with the modern drugs, better food, better equipment, all of that shit, on top of adding this and adding that, and we might not need so much of this, but we still gonna keep it in there because it is good. And from that, we was able to get the mouth keep from him too. A lot of people don't know he had that mouth keep. So my keep, the mouth keep is also a part of that. Is what set it apart. Because if I'm start biting at a 10 and I'm 53, I fuck around when I get down to 42, 41. I'm biting at a 12 now because I got the mouth keep down together. You feel me? Shit like that. So for me, that's what did, because I had a whole lot of just different bred dogs of different bloodlines and made champ with them, So it's not like I was just the main bloodline guy of this family of dogs. Always like the spice of life, the variety of it. And I got to see firsthand, early in the game that everybody who had good dogs had good dogs, and they wasn't all bred the same, come from the same people, none of that. Totally different dog, but they were still good. So I wasn't lucky enough to not have to get kennel blind in that aspect. So when I did finally see good different dogs and shit, let's get them. Because I got a good ass program. All he got to do is fucking work it. He get down to it, you a good dog. He don't know how he bred, and I don't care how he bred. So let's go. So them things right there helped me get as far as I got, with 17 champions and all that shit, bunch of one-time winners, a whole lot of two-time winners. Only thing I didn't have was a grand champ. You feel me? But I can get everything.
My keep. Yep, my keep. What? My keep. I knew all I had to do was stick to the red ace keep.
Yeah.
That's it. Once I realized,
hey, not to cut you off, but let me get this off real quick, because after meeting you and shit, you chopping it up with you and seeing your keep, like our keeps is pretty much fucking, they down to you. We might do one or two things different, but your shit is as close to as I done seen that was like mine, bro. So I could see why y'all niggas did as good as y'all did with the shit. You feel me?
Yep. That pace.
I know. We just set our pace different. That's all. That's one only thing I noticed that was different,
Yep. That power and that strength and that pace. Once I understanding it was to get it when I'm being taught it. But to understand it, you have to learn how to do it.
Yep.
Somebody can tell you what to do, but once you understand why you're doing it, man, I am so confident when I come in there with a bulldog, man, knowing that my keep, because I'm a Marine, so I am dedicated and disciplined.
Yeah, I know. I've been talking to you before about the keep, and this one of the things that's different. Whereas you push them straight through the pace, when mine break the stride, I take them off. And I walk them out so I can time in. You said, I'm a Marine. We work through that shit. And I was like, bet, because your mentality, how you was raised and how you train, you work through it. Whereas how I learned, be more scientific, time it, just all the nerd shit to it. But that's the main only thing we do that's different. The rest of that shit is fucking damn near identical. You can write yours down, I can write mine down, and we can trade them, and it'll look like our shit is the same, except that one thing right there.
Yep. And me keeping the weights on the whole keep.
Yeah, I do that too. As soon as I put it on there.
Yep.
Only time I take it off is when I weigh you.
Yep. But that was those were key pieces to me doing my part of bringing the dog in right. Remember, we can't get in there and fight for the dog. Dog got to do that on his own.
Yep.
But you got a responsibility to get that dog everything and all the tools that he needs to get it done. And man, once you got your part right, hey, if you lose, it's not. It
was just to the better dog. If you didn't quit, you just fair and square, the nigga just brought a better dog. Shit. I had an ace, he brought a double ace. What the fuck?
Boy, I tell you what, man, I had a hard, wasn't nobody showing me I can. I was kicking some ass.
Oh yeah, again,
that shit and that power.
I don't got a bunch of losses. I got
right.
My wins is probably fucking 7-1 is for my losses.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. But again, though, when you up there and you got that program, that mentality, and your understanding of the roids too, all in conjunction, that's hard to beat, bro. That's fucking hard to beat. I was able to do that and take B class dogs and the A class dogs and beat them. I had the better conditioning. Motherfucker, I turned it into a goddamn test of fucking endurance. Let's see who really in shape. Because our keeps, how they set up is you're going to get a naturally hard body. So even if you is on a 10 mouth, he not finna be doing that much damage to you. Because your shit hard, your blood flowing, and it's clotting real good. So you ain't leaking all over the place. Mm-hmm. You still fucking pushing your shit. Then when you do finally break to catch wind, you could fucking get your second wind in hold. Mm-hmm. So you never got to take the bottom to get your second wind.
I figured it out like where I started noticing that they would try so hard to keep up with my dogs.
Yep.
And that would be their downfall.
Hell yeah.
They don't want to fall too far behind, so they will always stay there and do something that I know. That's when I started saying, I know what it'd be. Them dogs be trying to keep up with these dogs, and they fall short because they not doing what we was doing in our keep.
Yep. And you making them fight your fight now.
Yes, now they fighting my fight. And yes, that's how we was winning, bro.
So even if you a slick head dog, you got to keep me out your stifles, big boy.
You got to just keep pushing. Keep pushing. And they dog gonna work harder now. For some odd reason, you could just tell 20 minutes in.
They should start slowing down like, oh, shit, I'm tired. But they ain't been training it good enough to be able to maintain a hold and not have to take the bottom. So
exactly. And that's when they make their mistake.
Yep.
That's what they make their mistake. As soon as them dogs went down to take that break, they never got back up. Too much pressure.
Yeah, we gonna keep it right here.
Yeah,
I got a question for both of you guys.
All right.
Some of the younger, I mean, and this is for you both because it's all about advice. Some of the biggest mistakes that some of the younger dog men was making as you guys were coming up. Mo, you schooled a lot of people in Ram. I'm pretty sure you did too. But what's the good advice you can give them when it comes to picking the product? You know, to me, the product, and then excuse me, y'all, because you know I talk business, and to me, the dog is always the product. You know,
so, the dog is the work. So for me,
right,
being from where I'm from, you know, we was known for the weed and the good white and shit. So we just keep it along the lines of product, and that was be patient. Yeah, this good shipment just came in, and it's a good price. But next week, my homie coming in, better price, way better product. So always would tell just be patient. Yeah, it might be some good shit for sale. Yeah, this, yeah, that, whatever. Yeah, you might even have a good young prospect. But that'll allude to what you were saying earlier, and that's you put a puppy on a grown man, that puppy gonna come out when that grown man get on his helmito. You feel me? So just be patient and wait. Like, patience is the best fucking lesson in these dogs, man. Not enough of it, you're gonna ruin some of your best prospects. And I'm guilty of that. I ruined a lot of good dogs being impatient. Too much of it, and you're gonna miss your turn. So just be the right amount of patient, you know? That and fucking shut the fuck up more than you speak up. You feel me? Cause yeah, dog man, we cool, we likable people and shit, but we don't like a fucking motherfucker who talking and don't know what he talking about. Especially when you come around the upper echelons of dudes. I might come off as an asshole if you say some dumb shit and we talking. Won't be disrespectful to you, but I'm not fucking with you. You don't know what you're talking about. You just got here, and you only here because somebody you fuck with brought you around. You feel me? So welcome, but I'll be back next year to see if you learned anything. You feel me? So it's better to just shut the fuck up, especially when you got experienced people talking, even if they just talking about all the worst shit that they had. You feel we could be talking about curves. I had some good ass curves in the past, but they was curves nonetheless. I would be more interested in learning what made them pop out to be curves, how far you have to push them before the curve came out, all of that. I'm looking for those lessons in the dogs. I can give you all the good lessons, but if you ask me about, you know, the bad lessons and shit, the bad experiences, I feel you can learn more from that because you could avoid them in the future. You feel me? Like I always been one to really learn from other people's mistakes. Like my mama didn't have to tell me the stove was hot because I seen my cousin get burnt by the stove. You feel me?
Right.
I know that motherfucker hot. Yeah, I'm gonna respect that. You feel me? So if somebody get up talking more than me, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. As knowledgeable and as successful as I am, when the OGs start talking, if I ain't got nothing to contribute to it, I'm shutting the fuck up because I'm still learning too. You feel me? And I got a cracking ass show I teach on every fucking week. But when the men who've been doing it before I was even born get to speaking on their experience and all that shit, I don't give a fuck if I do got more wins than them or not. I'm still shutting the fuck up because that experience means something to me, you know? Without the experience, I'm still a rookie. I could know everything I know. Like I could teach my son everything I know about him. But if he never did any of this shit, he put one in shape the first time, the first 10 times, he gonna fuck it up. You feel me? Because you don't got the experience. I can fucking tell you, but it's better if I show you the same way Ohio Cash standing pit side to you. You know why he did that? You know why he sending them in? You know why he backed up? You got an actual OG right there telling you what you need to know. You wasn't sitting there talking his ear off about what you thought you knew. You shut up, learned it, and applied it. You just said, I went home and started doing that shit myself, and it made you better. So that shit will make you better if you listen to somebody who's knowledgeable and successful. And I always say this, and I'm quit being so long with it, let Mo get his off, but learn the difference between an old nigga and an OG. They look the same, but they are not. You feel me? An old nigga, he gonna know as much as you know. He just been around longer than you. An OG, he gonna know as much as you know, plus whatever, because he been out there in it. There's a difference between being around and being in it. So yeah, those three things right there. But the last one, the most important, learn the difference between an old nigga and an OG. Find you a real OG, and you ought to be way better for it. Your life will too, because there's a lot of good insight baseball that come with that fucking shit. Talking to an OG, and you can correlate, the lessons you learn in the dogs and start implementing them in your personal life. Like I don't let curs around me at all, people included. And you ain't got to be a rat, a weirdo, none of you. If you a cur, I don't want you to be around me. You ain't got to be a gangster like me, rich rolling neighborhood, never strolling. But just be a man. Don't be no bitch. Don't be a cur. People and dogs get sent to the cur pile. I don't got to be around you. I don't feed curs. I don't breed curs. I don't fuck with them, people or dogs, My life is better for that because it's mostly bulldogs around me in life.
Mm-hmm. On you, Mo.
Look, my biggest attribute to that a lesson is when you see as many great dogs that we have seen. To me, that was what's important. The shit that I saw Tommy Boy do after Red H broke her down. That was a bulldog.
A real one.
Martell Radar, those were bulldogs. Queen of Heart. Man, I thought Pepper was all that. Queen came in there and treated her like shit. That was a bulldog. And I knew I had those kind of dogs. That was the key. Everybody can't be a Marine. What makes them so special? Because they're built different. They're trained different. So I look at the dogs the same way. I want to have a Queen of Heart. I want to have a Joey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, those are the type of dogs that really set my eye on. This is the kind of dog that I want to box. So our dogs was uniformity. Dogs that I matched, they were uniform. They were uniform. That's probably why, I liked the Stone City Mayday over all the other lines that I ever had outside of Mikey and Judo. Because all our dogs were killers, period. They had the ability like Joey. I never had to worry about seeing the games of Tommy Boy. But Tommy Boy wasn't no joke. She won 4 matches going 22 minutes as her longest match. But then Red Ace come in there and treat her like any other thing that you put on her. You know, them 22 minutes of smashing the dog, that she did not get out of Red Ace. When Red Ace kicked in, she showed you just how dominant Tommy Boy could be. Not dominant at all when you got dominance like she had. And I saw that in Joey. I seen that in that Radar Martel match. I seen that in Queen. I seen it in every great dog that I seen. You know, they had that ability that was a little higher than everybody else's. You know, that's why them dogs are famous. Like Satan, BJ and Charlie, them dogs was on another level. Yeah, you coming in against them, but the odds, the way I seen it, you already in trouble because these are real bulldogs. You are definitely getting ready to deal with some real shit.
Motherfuckers put you behind there fast, huh?
Yes, they don't, you know, that's what it was for me. Knowing the right dog, not just a good dog, but the right good dog. You know, that's why I believe in putting the best on my yard, because somebody gonna be better than the other. And I'm gonna get a chance to see this shit free. Because if you ain't got the standards of being that dog that can withstand that, then you're not impressing me. Dogs had to impress me. You got to impress me. And you know what I'm saying? It was that was the first thing that had to be something that I carried, you know, throughout my career. You know, you just had to be the right dog. And I know what the right dog looked like.
For you.
For me. Yes. For me. Everything else gonna come along. You know, my party is to know what that right dog looks like. The key don't mean shit if you ain't got the right dog.
Hell no, you just practicing at that point.
Right. What kind of dog do you want to bring? What kind of dog do you want to bring to the table? I'm telling you what kind of dog you want to bring to the table. The right dog.
Yeah, the ones that earn the keep. Like you earned your keep. I mean, you earned the right to be conditioned too.
Because the guys that I talk about, them 90%ers like Hardcore, Stone City, Southern Kennels. Remember all these guys, Deep South, Gator Boys, the Geno Boys, Strictly Business, DSK. These are 90% kennels. These dudes are going to bring a very high level bulldog to the flow.
Yep.
And when you go in there, you got to have that type of dog or you're going to get ran through.
Even if you is in better shape. Like,
even if you're in better shape. I mean, the dog might have been a good dog, but he wasn't on that level. Texas was a bad dog on Joey, but Texas, he wasn't the dog for Joey. Joey was all around better dog, bro.
Yeah, there's no difference between Red Jack and Yantis. To me, Red Jack was a killer, but Yantis was not only a killer, but he had a better. Everything was better. End up beating Red Jack, making champion. You feel me? I was not fucking sad at that loss because I got to see that it take more than just a hard mouth and gameness and being able to kill some shit to win in the fast lane. Right. That shit didn't do nothing but make me get better dogs.
Right. Rebel Kennels and Samson. I mean, Rebel Kennels, when he went into with that grand champion Samson dog into that Zinger dog.
Yeah.
That was a good match, man. But you could tell Samson was a better dog. He was a better dog. It was just a matter of time. Zinger was a good one, but it's just a matter of time. Same with Satan. Satan went into all those good kennels, and Satan was on a stage of his own. He was
he was great, you know. There's a lot of real good dogs, but them great dogs, you know them when you see them. Because they make good dogs look average at best.
Yep. Suburban Night Paul's Grand Champion Sable, the same thing. True Colors Outrage, same thing. Cash thought he was gonna be Outrage. Cash Dog did better than Cash Dog did better with Outrage than any other match that Outrage was in. But even in the end, you could tell that Cash didn't have enough bulldog to beat that dog.
Yeah.
Some of them dogs just ain't there to be beat.
Yep.
You know, them the kinds that I be looking at. If you seen Twisted, if you seen Twisted, you would have seen Trina and Dum Dum, these dogs, man, and Max. You can tell, man, that these dogs, you know, when you take these dogs out, you just, man, it's just so hard to see another dog beating them.
Yep.
That's why they was winning. You know what I'm saying? All these great dogs out here, man, that really went into that competition. And I'm talking about the fast lane. When competition, you know, we always gonna end up crashing into each other regardless of where we from. We're gonna always run into each other. There's many circles to the fast lane. That's why we travel.
Exactly.
Guys ain't scared of nobody. These guys out here with these dogs, they believe in what they bringing.
Yep.
Just like you gotta believe in what you bringing.
You better. You fucking better.
Just don't be lying to yourself. You better not be having no blockers on. Because you got the slightest block, you might get surprised. But
any excuse. Like you seen this motherfucker turning the last time you looked at him, but he still scratched. Like you might want to keep looking at him. You feel me? To see if that's his style or is he fit pack it up. But if you just bring him out anyway and that motherfucker pack up the U-Haul and take off, that's on you. Because he showed you who he was. You just didn't want to listen. No different than a funky ass bitch. You know, when you met the bitch, she was stripping and butt naked on OnlyFans. You can't expect this bitch to turn into June Cleaver now.
My man, he made a good point right here. He said, what's his name?
Calypso.
Yeah, he said they also need to know they need to build that bond. Damn near become a dog whisperer. You know what I'm saying? I love this show. Thank you, fam. And you were so right, man. When you got the right dog, you're gonna have a bond in that keep.
Hell yeah. But
you're gonna have a
that's
bond
supposed to be that to me, OG, that's like basic dog man 101 shit. Like every dog man should have that type of bond with every dog on his yard, whether you know he a bulldog or not. You know, you want to build that bond. That way, if he do turn out to be a mutt, you feel me? You know it ain't nothing on your part. You can have a good night's sleep at night knowing you called the right dog out of your program because you gave him that opportunity to build that bond with. You feel me? But don't just wait till he prove himself to be worthy of the bond. Build it up with him because a lot of these dogs, they function off of that bond. A dog who will be average in my hands, but if he love you, he'll fucking take his death belly scratching across.
Yep.
Because you built that bond with him. I just bred them and fed them.
That's so true, and that is so true, and it does mean a lot. And as you build with it, especially when they're young, you know, when they're young, you have the best. That's the best time to really get the bond
because they still attached to their mama, so you're gonna get a surrogate, and they're gonna give you all that attention and love and admiration that they was gonna give her.
Yes, right. You got to take over that parent role, and that's where it started at.
Yep, because we play in nature at this point. You know, we take them from the mama when we want to. We breed them when we want to. So you're gonna have to take over that part of the game too that nature do, and that's nurture.
That's right. Them days out there with the flirt pole and me walking down that yard with all the dogs going down the 4-wheeler with that hide. Going down that trail and having the dogs going crazy. They love that shit. They thank you for that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They love you for that. They don't want to just sit out there on the chain. You know what I mean? They want to impress you. Dogs want to impress their owners.
Yeah.
Always do want to make you happy. That's what a pack does. You know, a pack always want to elevate the leader. That's why they always wait till the leader get him down before they all dive in and get their ass, you know?
Exactly. And in return, the leader let the youngest ones eat first. You feel me?
Right. That's right. But yes, you got to have the passion to be able to really relate to your dog. If you don't have the passion to relate to your dog, you'll never have the bond to give your dog. You know, you gotta have passion in yourself to give it to the dog. Just like me cleaning up shit. You know, I'm OCD when it comes to shit. I'm pretty sure my dog would probably really appreciate that. You know, when most guys don't understand, you know, me, why am I so anal over dog shit on the ground? Because I don't want my dog stepping in, because I don't like stepping in. You know, it sounds weird, but
exactly. So if I don't like stepping in it, I know he don't like living in it.
Exactly. So I definitely am anal over dog shit. You know, always have been. Even with my Malinois, bro, I will get out there and with flags and be taking my dogs out to the field where I let them use the bathroom. I carry flags with me. So wherever they shit, I put the flag. As soon as I put them up, I come back and pick that shit up. You know, I don't even want nobody else walking through the grass and stepping in my dog shit. That's why I pick it up. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, things like that, even when it comes to feeding them, you know, I used to have them trained where I don't like them coming covering me or smashing the bowl while I'm trying to put it down. You know what I mean? Don't go running up in my bowl while I put it on the ground. You step back when I put it down. Don't step into it. Step back. Cause I don't want them crashing me while I'm trying to put the bowl. Jumping all over me while I'm trying to walk over here and put it over here.
Because the motherfuckers always want to headbutt the cup and knock the shit all on the ground.
Yes. So it was like I had control of the yard because they were all young dogs when they were put on the chains. So they all learned that same old routine. Every day that I came out to feed, there was a routine. And it's like my routine became their routine.
Yeah, because you established basic obedience in that routine.
Exactly. They knew to get out my way when I'm raking up the yard. They knew to go over there by that dog house and sit down. Don't come over here trying to get any kind of love or none of that. When you see me in there trying to rake or clean out your bowl or give you some water. I don't need all that. But before I leave that chain space, before I leave that chain space, man, every one of my chain spaces to this day, every one of my dogs, before I leave them dogs, man, I take the time to pet and love every single dog every day. I mean, they so used to it that I can go out there and take them, and before I put them in their cages, they won't go in the cage. They'll wait right there because they know before they usually go in their cage, I get a chance to rub them around their ears.
You owe me some love, pimping.
Break that off. Right, and then they're going in their house because that's what we do every day. So if I slack and forget, don't worry, they ain't gonna let me forget because he's not gonna go inside that crate. He's not gonna go. He's not gonna walk away from that chain spot. He's gonna stand right there where he usually standing when I get ready to, because this is where he gonna be. He's done raking. Here he come. He didn't come, but I'm gonna stand right here till he come. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll see him standing there, and I'll remember. Bam! I know why he's standing there like that because he's used to me going over there getting that rub before I walk out his chain space. Because when I go to pick up their bowls, I never leave their bowls. I feed the stainless steel bowls, so I never leave those bowls out there when I feed them. I would always go back, in there and pick them back up. And it was right there when I would pick them pans back up and go put them in the bowl. They would know that I would come back to them after I do that and give them a rub. Just a little squishy around their ears.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Pats on
boys and good girls, all of that.
A quick one on the side there, scratch him a little bit, and then you're on about your business. The dog is wagging his tail and he love you. Well, now when I walk out the chain space, he gonna hit the end of the chain because he normally do that to somebody else, and he gonna piss him off.
Man, that's
my love. No,
it used to be. It looks so crazy because then that's when you see, these are stone killers, but then that's when you see the puppy in them. Because they get to doing that little run around, tail stuck under their ass and just
running in circles
and shit.
Yeah. So I hear what you're saying, man. Because I've always thought that was something that Mo did repetitively, and the dogs just they expected it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
Turn
expected
straight
it.
into goof troops, roll over and all that.
Yeah, man. Used to bug me out, man.
That's good though, you know. 'Cause I do all my dogs like that. That's why I don't keep a lot though. 'Cause I like to actually walk them and play fetch with them, take them to the park, all of that. So I only got 5, so I'm able to do that with each one every day.
Hey, I want to give
they better for it.
I want to give a big shout out to my main man, my brother by another mother, Pit Dogs in the house. What up, fam?
What up, Pit Dog?
Simplified.
Hey, Calypso dropped a link to his channel in there too, so y'all get a brother a follow and shit, man. He be getting some good interviews and shit. He's a cool dude too.
Y'all
I want to start doing interviews again, man. I don't know if they interviews. I just like bringing like you know, Roster Man. You know, I want to go back and bring all my friends out there because I know they be in the backstreet because I'm always hearing from them. You know, but just to bring them back through. It's been a while since I had Roster Man on.
Hey,
it's been a while since I had Schoolboy on. Yes, sir.
Calypso, that's the dude from Beer and Bulldogs. You know, he been wanting to do an interview with us, and we really need to. Hey, Calypso, I didn't forget about you, man. I had surgery.
Hey, is it cool if I exchange numbers then? Because I got his number and I got y'all's. Is it cool if I give him your number? And is it cool if Calypso if I give him yours?
Oh yeah, I think Calypso did give me his number.
I think he got mine. But you can give it to him anyway, just to make sure. You know,
I thought it would just be a pleasure because I liked his show. I think I'm already subscribed to it, but it was you know, he dropped me a link and wanted to do an interview, and I was like, dang, that's Calypso. And I told Mo about it, but because of my surgery, I couldn't get him a date. You know what I'm saying? So Mo, we got to make sure we get a date because I really want to see you do that show.
Well, you know, I got my surgery on the 19th of next month, so
we can get it in before then, hopefully, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Pit Dog says, well, what he did say, you know, if you ain't got it, you shouldn't be in the dogs if you don't have it. If you don't have that kind of passion for your dog, you shouldn't be in the dog, basically.
Yeah, you should just get a different breed of dogs, man. Ones who don't require that. You know, because these dogs, they love to be loved and they love to love you.
Yes.
That's why some will fucking die dead game for you. If they know you in their corner, they'll fucking go against the first law of nature, which is self-preservation, and die trying to fucking please you.
That's right. And I ain't never let a dog off my yard that I didn't love and be like, man, if you can't love this dog, man, don't take him.
Yep. If anything go wrong, if he too much for you, give him back.
German Shepherds, Dobermans, anything that come out my yard, I tell him, man, these dogs come from a yard of love, bro. You know, if you can't love them, man, don't take them. You know, and I be really meaning that. Be really meaning it. I want my dogs to lead the yard and make people proud to have them, you know?
Hell yeah, like I got a good one from the OGs. This motherfucker, everything they talked about.
Exactly. I do that from a puppy all the way up to, you know, this decision-making time when, you know, hey, you didn't make the team, son. Now this is gonna be rough on you. And you ain't like
but that's part of the game, though. That's our price of admission. You allowed to get in the game and be successful, but it's gonna come with some heartache. And it sucks having to fucking pull a dog out of your program that you love. That sucks. And that shit suck every time you gotta do it. But the make up for that is when you get the good ones who don't do it. The ones who show you that they unconditionally love you back. That make up for all the heartache and all the lost love you felt from all them curs you love. But you gotta love them all until they prove they're not worthy of it.
But you notice we never talk about the curs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that people don't understand. They think we got yards full of great dogs. Right. Yeah. They think we got yards full of great dogs, but you know, because we never talk about the curs because we forget who they are.
Yeah. The curs is just a stepping stone to the good dogs. That's a lesson you had to learn to get to the next stage.
We all had curs.
Fuck yeah.
I watched dogs that didn't make the team that I wanted to make the team. But because he went down, I had to leave him there because that's the only time you get a chance to see something free.
Exactly. You get to see who he is.
You ain't made the team, so now we dealing with chain space. And while you're already down here, boy, you don't worry, you won't never have to go through this again. But you're gonna catch hell to get back to that chain, bro. If I can't use you for what I want to use you for, then you're gonna catch hell getting back to that chain space. If you make it back to that chain space, you're gonna
earn it. But if not, yeah.
And
that's for the next one.
I've had them quit. Yes, I've had dogs quit on I didn't have more dogs quit on my yard than I had great dogs.
Hey, you ain't never lied, OG. And if a nigga tell you anything different, he lying.
That motherfucker lying like hell. He lying like hell.
Hey,
go through a lot of dogs before we get a good yard.
A lot of the dogs that didn't make it back to the chain space that wasn't cursed, them the ones that really wound up at my house.
Yeah.
Because remember Red Man? Red Man turned out to be a hot ass dog. Roger Ramjet, he's another one that came off my yard. He turned out to be a badass motherfucker though when we gave him some time. See, Mo wasn't about that. Mo felt like, hey, look, I ain't got time to be dealing with this bullshit. He made the team. He didn't make it to the chain space, but he a good dog. Mike, I'm sending him over there. Because Red Man, I know for sure, Red Man and motherfucking Roger Ramjet was them two type of dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just needed a little time to make it to the next. This is just like sometimes you got to go to the minor leagues. You could come straight out of college and don't show in the pros. Go to the minors. Exactly. You make it out the minors, now you Barry Bonds in this bitch.
That's right. That's right. That A line would if you putting the best on the best and stop looking go out. To me, I felt like my yard, it had to be good dogs on the yard because I was putting the best on the best. So if I'm doing that at home, when I come off the yard and go tapping and knocking on doors, you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See, when I come off the yard, I ain't never look bad in a row against nobody. Because all my homework was done at home with the dogs that I was using on the yard. And if you got a level, a level of dog that your expectations are high, those dogs that you coming off the yard with, who stop dogs or retired dogs that you would never bet on, but they passed the test of gameness when they were down. You know what I'm saying? They were able to scratch at their worstest moment because what do I got to lose? It's not costing me nothing but chain space. It's what I can save.
Exactly.
So I'm going to make sure that you're going to go back there because I'm going to lead you there. And I'm going to put you back together if you can come out that corner and just get over there. If you get over there, I'm coming.
Even if you can't make it, but you try to, I got you.
Right. Exactly.
Just for the attempt, I got you. And I'm going to love you forever.
Don't stand there. You don't hesitate.
That's another anal thing that Mo got about him. Because Mo won't even let his dogs quit on the treadmill.
No,
even when they working, he don't let them quit doing shit. Nothing.
I don't let my dogs quit doing nothing either. Fuck you, because you teaching them that it's okay to stop when you tired and still get the love and affection and shit. No, that's not okay. Our fucking relationship is built on limits, and this is the limit right here. If you don't want to fucking continue, I can't use you for the program. Like you were just saying, even the good dogs, like culling, don't mean you just putting them down and shit. You just getting them out of the program. You didn't quit, but you don't got the attributes I'm looking for, so I could be able to move forward and be able to look at all the get good dogs on the yard and use them for school. And then only just so I could get my dog acclimated, I might school him off the yard 3 more times so he could get used to different smells. A yard full of different dogs with different sounds, barking different, all that shit. Just so when we do get to the big stage, it ain't no complications. You're not going to freeze up because you done been exposed now under the stress. But before we even come off the yard, your schooling going to look better than 90% of the matches that we might fucking have to go through.
Yeah.
But when you build your yard up to that stage, you in the fast lane now. You feel me? Like, it's hard as fuck just making it off the yard, let alone the neighborhood. So if you can make it off the yard and I'm the king of the neighborhood, let's go see who else neighborhood we could be the king of.
That's true. Hey, fellas, I didn't want to keep everybody too much tonight. Ram, I really appreciate you coming through. Mo, of course. See, me and Mo ain't in the same place because I didn't think Mo was trying to get on tonight, but I guess he figured it out. Appreciate you showing back up, bro. And everybody out there in the Shark Tank, all my people out there on the back street, I know being Mo ain't here, I got control. And I ain't going to sit here and let him and Ram, now we might talk 2-3 hours after we get out of here.
I just was finna say that.
I know y'all. I ain't going to let y'all do that tonight. Right now, I got this Mike show. Mike ain't going to just do that. So I want to thank everybody for this show. I know Mo over there cracking.
Man, we be in the backstreet company. Damn, boy. I look up, it be 2 o'clock my time.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, still talking.
Damn.
But I ain't trying to do that tonight to him, man. I just want everybody to know I appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out. Again, man, it's all about the dogs. One thing that I learned, just being around great dog, man, and I consider my brother as one of the greatest. Maybe I'm biased, but that's okay. Because I always felt that I never really had the love to the degree that he had. And I mean, that meant so much to me because I didn't have to. I love my dogs, but my dogs ain't warriors like Mo's. See, Mo will tell you, dog come to my house and they become my pets. I mean, I've had some of the best bred shit my brother ever had, and it didn't drop one puppy nowhere, not one stud nowhere. And they lived to be 15 and 17 years old. Am I lying, Mo? You still there, Mo?
Hey, but you get the love though, because you was able to do it, and Mo was able to take advantage of that and be able to be as great as he was. So you still played an intricate part, even though you wasn't the front man out there, the face of it. No. Without you, it wouldn't be none of this. You feel me? Well, I'll give you the credit. You don't take the credit, but I'll give it to you.
Oh no, I mean, I know my place in the kennel. You know what I mean? But I know it takes a lot to do what y'all do.
But still, your place is a necessary place, though. Without you in that place, you wouldn't have got down the road as far as y'all did.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
It take a village and it take a team. Yeah.
Well, I might have been a little extreme. Yeah, twin lick dogs. I sure the hell do. I don't clean up shit though. I went out in the yard cleaning up too much shit. I would get out there, but it's not something I was doing every day, every morning on a consistent basis like he was. It's easier to clean, 5 or 6 or 10 dogs compared to 40. I mean, I remember when he had 80 dogs on the yard. And he treated it just like it was one. Yeah, we had 80 dogs on that property.
Shit.
And he was out there faithfully. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the day he said, we're going to break it down to 40.
Y'all love them, but y'all love different. You feel me?
Yeah. And believe me, there was dogs that he was letting go that I could not believe. That I was like, man, do you have to? And he was like, Mike, they ain't going to make it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot that he did, but his feeling, I mean, he was more, I had a personal relationship with dogs where he had the
business relationship.
The business relationship, to him, these was my warriors. And if my warrior can't make the team, you can take them home with you and you can do what you do, but I need these spaces because going from 80 to 40, there was a lot of great dogs that wound up off of that yard that wound up in other people's hands. And that was a blessing because I never see my brother put down anything that he had on the yard. He never put, even the ones that quit, he made sure they went to good homes.
Yeah, that's all we used to do was spade and neuter them. And you got a fresh ass dog who want to do anything but squabble. This nigga he can jump, run, all the shit you love, he could do it on a super high level, except the shit I want him to do. Right. I don't gotta put you down for that, but I also don't gotta feed you. Here you go. Let me get them balls up off you. you're gonna go to the dope home. You're gonna be the center of attention at that house. You feel me?
Yeah, because it's that passion. I mean, I have all the respect in the world for the love and the passion of these American Pit Bull Terriers. It's more than just having them, you know? And I just
you experience them. You don't just have them. This is an experience, bro.
Yeah. And I hope through our conversation, especially tonight's conversation coming from two dog men like you guys, that people understand it's not just what the dog can and cannot do, because it's not really about the dog. It's about the person with the dog. And that part right there is a part that I've always stood on. Because I always felt like our dogs was great because my brother made them great.
Exactly.
I bet y'all ain't doing this shit to my brother.
That's why I would get a dog from y'all. You feel me? I wouldn't even care how the dog was bred, because knowing it's coming from y'all, all the boxes being checked.
Right.
So it's up to the dog to prove if he want to be game or not, you know? But as far as getting one from y'all already checked all the boxes except this box, and that's on me to check, because now it's my dog.
Yeah, and just know. I mean, and it's just good to know that people who actually got those dogs that did things with them, you know, that's a big thing when other people can do what you was doing with your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get them too cold dogs. Don't get them too cold dogs like they were when they bred them.
Yeah, you talking about Hershey and Menace?
Menace and the little Jeep bitch.
What was her name?
Hershey came off of them.
Okay. That was China. Was it China girl? What was her name? I know she was cold.
Yeah, she was cold. I forgot her name, Missy or something.
But
I gave them both away, and dude turned around and bred them. Find them dogs out there right now in champion dog pedigrees.
Them two, yeah. Two cold dogs.
Hey, shit work like that though, you know. Like, I won't give you my great dog, my best dog, but I can give you your best dog. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh, Hershey.
Whether it's a cold dog that he bred to produce champions.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That was his best dog.
Yeah,
this bitch could produce cold as fuck. But yeah, you didn't want it, and I get it, because you got the right to have the dogs exactly how you want them, and you could make them exactly how you want them. You don't have to settle. You could get a dog that's bred just like her, but that wasn't cold, and be happy as fuck with it. You know, move on down the road with it. Hey, Vance, what you mean? Plug you in on the late nights.
Big shout out to Van 305. I see you, fam. Hey, y'all don't make sure Calypso. You got it. He said, for those who love the jog and with a dog, check out the Canine X Belt 2.0 by Nonstop Dogwear, and with that link right there. So we're always going to support the community. You know, it's not like everybody out here doing it, but hey, for the ones that do it, support them. You might find something that you're going to like, you know, and then time going to come that you're going to want them to support you. And I just think that's what helps grow the community.
The hell yeah, it is, man. Motherfucker doing something great. We support that shit. We support everything else. Motherfuckers buy Gucci and Louis and shit, and they don't fuck with us at all. You couldn't get a motherfucker who work in the Louis factory to talk to you about shit. You got top shelf dog man popping out talking to you about shit. Just help support them. We all we got in this community.
That's right. But hey, again, Ram, don't go nowhere, because you know you're supposed to help me out tonight, right? You gonna help me with this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just don't make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your ass
he want to get in on the after talk.
See, I want you so you don't just disappear, and I will be another week before I get hold of you again. But yeah, hey,
I do be vanishing. I'm notorious for that.
Sir.
I live 3 other lives. You feel me?
Oh yeah. Hey Mo, that's Vance 305 Marlo.
Oh, okay.
That's Super Kennels, Marlo. What up, fam?
Marlo, where you been, man?
He been on hiatus. He probably over there on the other side, the water now, because I'm pretty sure he done got married now. But yeah, Marlo, my number ain't changed, Marlo. Hit me up, man. Number's still the same.
Marlo, what's up, baby?
In a while, bro.
Well, shoot us a text then if we chopping. I just tell him to try to 3-way you in then, bro. Yeah, got you.
No, No,
I got
Lolo,
these great dog men and these raps out here, y'all. Y'all better be listening. I'm trying to put all y'all.
Nigga, I'm trying to get on the track with one of them motherfuckers. That's why I keep asking, who is that shit? You know, I like to sell my music so we can get a couple coins off this shit.
I'm still doing the tracks though, man. I'm still doing the tracks. But look, man, I appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out.
You got it, sis.
It's important that, you know, it's all about you first, and you have to be putting the dog first. It's about the love of the game. These two men, including myself, I got to admit, because I've been around them all my whole entire life. It's more than just putting them on a chain and walking away. It's more than just reading what's on a piece of paper. You know, there's a lot that goes into having these dogs. And we do this to make the community better. You know, and if we can't make it better, then why even do this? You know, sometimes when we at a point to where I see a whole lot of people bullshitting and people faking papers and all that other kind of shit, I be asking my brothers sometimes, you know, why do we do this? Why, you know, because my energy business-wise is kind of like, man, it's like talking to a room full of, you know, first timers.
Yeah.
You know, like when we went to boot camp, you walk in there, we all sitting on the floor, you know, and the drill instructor come in and put everybody on the line, and then you just think about that whole group of people, and they all just knuckleheads. They don't know how to go. It's the simplest thing. Go take your feet and put them on the 2 footprints that's painted on the floor. You know, even that can be difficult for some people. You know what I mean? So I respected the drill instructor's job, because you start out dealing with a bunch of dummies, or, you know, people who just ain't ready for. And like I said, everybody can't make it. And sometimes I look at this community and kind of be feeling like that, because, you know, the last time I checked, I was thought with, you know, our community consists of grown people. And for me, grown people is 18 and up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're talking to a bunch of kids. But when I see the things that goes on in the community, it kind of makes the community kind of look like, well, that's not the community that I came from. I'm just being honest. And I'm not saying we no big doggers. I'm just saying we got around, and I got a chance to see a lot of things over the many years that we have been around these dogs. Met a lot of great people. Yeah, we did have this bullshit, but that bullshit was limited to the people that let it go as far as they wanted to go before they cut the head off the snake.
Yeah.
Because we didn't survive out there with a bunch of bullshit, y'all. It was impossible for us to survive out there, you know, considering, you know, with the laws back then. If the laws back then had been the way they are now, you think we would have changed? I don't think so.
Fuck no.
Because I didn't think we had too many, you know, our balls was too big. The love of the game was just too big. You know, so that I always look at
crack. It's like crack. They still taking chances out there. It's like a drug, man. The dog game, man,
it's forever.
It's forever. You're gonna always have them guys out there, man, that's gonna take that chance. I mean, plain and simple. You're still seeing people getting busted. So you know, hey, I just believe that, man, it's the loyalty to the dogs, man, and the heritage. And it takes, you know, I'm gonna call myself addicted, you know, because I was addicted. Okay, so I know if I could get addicted, I know what Tudor felt. You know, I know what Kobe felt. You know what I'm saying? I know what Indian Sonny and
Pat
Patrick and all these other great dog, man, you know, they stuck in there, man, and made these fabulous dogs, man. And then you thinking, man, how many of us done lost families behind this shit? How many of them had to tell their woman, man, before if you trying to make me choose between you and the dog, girl, I don't know what you telling me, because this dog don't talk back. This dog don't argue with me. This dog go out there and put his life on the line when I come home and put money in your pocket. You don't be coming home putting money in my pocket. When I come back with this dog, you always got something for me, for you putting up with the hours that I put into these motherfuckers. This dog paid you tonight.
Exactly.
How can you ask me to get rid of my dog to keep you?
Bitch, you ain't no champion. You ain't even bred right.
Yeah, you shouldn't even put me in that kind of position because
you ain't no champion in your bloodline. Bitch,
right.
Your mama just got off of dope. Get out of here.
You know what you were dealing with when you got with me. I was doing this when you met me, so you don't want to do that because you're gonna lose that argument
every time. Last chick tried that with me. I told her it's illegal to keep humans on the chain. Right. So my dogs ain't going nowhere unless you plan on getting back there with them. You might as well go and leave.
Man, I didn't have them so angry at me over these dogs, bro.
I know you had 2 marriages ruined behind them.
Yep.
So, hey, man, can't everybody do this? Big shout out to my man, Casino Life Prayers in the house. I see you, fam. Look, man, y'all do me a favor, man. Big shout out to, again, my man, Small Time Kennels. I see you, fam. Y'all do me a favor, man. Show some love tonight and give me some down, at least for my man Ram, because, you know, when Ram pop up, hey, look here. Don't make me have to get nasty because this is my guest tonight. I want y'all to give me some damn thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Muscles. Now give him some damn roses. Roses. They need their damn roses. Show some love.
Show the love, y'all. Come on now. You know.
Hey, they got spoiled. They kicked on back. He was listening like, oh shit. We on cruise control tonight.
They mad because it's 1 o'clock. We usually be slide all around 2 o'clock. You know, got 63 people up in here right now in the room. So you know what's sitting in the back street.
Hey, look, man. See, when Mo's sitting in here, he act like he don't be hearing. But see, now that he ain't in here, I'm gonna just see how I'm breaking the show down now. See, I love this part because they don't need all that time, bro. They just, you know, it's when they go to talking bulldog, man. I done seen people still be talking 23, 33 people still be going on a whole hour after I know this damn thing done stop. Remember, I used to let the music just run and let people just have the parking lot to hang out.
Yeah, we parking lot pimping.
Yeah, we was parking lot pimping there. But you know, it might be late to go back to that because again, man, you know, we don't start at 5, you know, we don't start at 8 o'clock no more because our days consist of work. And when you get the older you get, you don't get work done as fast. So yeah, we're always gonna make time for you. As long as y'all keep showing the love, that's what I'm talking about, fellas. That's all
they showed it already. OG already knew it happened. They like, shit, we got 2 fucking dogs. We ain't talking dogs tonight. They didn't went and start cooking dinner and all kind of shit, just letting it bump. You feel me? Because that's what I be doing. When y'all get to cooking and got a guest up here, I go straight cruise control.
You know, and you know, I find it a blessing, especially for the ones who appreciate it. Again, fellas, it's not about the money. I mean, it's about the money, but it's not really about the money. These guys are really trying to give back to the community, like they're trying to be your mentors. And I appreciate my brother for doing what he do, and Ram been doing it long before we've been doing it. They one of the inspirations, 7-8 and Sports Dog Talk. They are the ones who influence us outside of Dougie giving us the opportunity and them showing us the way to do it. And then giving us the opportunity to do it, to set up the platform. Remember, I'm still asking Ram how to do shit. So understand where I'm coming from. That's the love of the game. That's the community that I fell in love with. And this community is a community that's going to be what the future of this game looks like. So I just want to make sure that y'all understand where we coming from, because it's something that we don't have to do. It's something that we from our hearts feel like we want to do. So thanks again for all the love. And don't ever think it's not going to be appreciated, because from us, we can't do nothing but tell you about it. And we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. So before I get ready to get out of here, y'all understand, coming from some real dog men, and something that we all going to have in common. We always believe this. We always scratch the win.
Always. Hell yeah, that's the only way.
That's the only way, baby.
Do it. Ain't the way to do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Hey, look, don't start nothing you can't finish, baby. I got you, Mo. I got you. Big shout out to my man Ram.
Thanks for having me up, OG.
Better know my head, but don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them pitbulls. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them pitbulls. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Most wanted Kennels in the spotlight, danger alert, come with the name. Super Kennels competition, all built for the fame. Work Kennels was the work and work, while Cherokee kept the game strong. Evolution built a bloodline, where the heart come from. These dogs ain't hype, they the truth in the pit. Every pedigree stamp, when them paws hit the street. Ain't no fairy tales, this that real y'all grit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the pit bull script. Shout the brothers with the backbone thick. Vera brothers, color brothers, Bishop brothers legit. They don't talk about it, they be about it every day. Put the work in and y'all let the results say. Them boys on the rise, yeah, the circle stay tight. Plow boys, wall boys, Havana boys in the fight. Different flags, same grind, same fire, same spit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the litmus test.
Legend of doom, behind set tone. Locked tight, locked in, carved in stone. Church boys hold it with the pit bull gauge. Fruit colors on man, Sean B in the maze. Arsenal gang deal, but your knife stay sharp. Only in America, walk them down, ram in the dark. GHK and Mad Ohio dog, pound by hard when they hit. Praise to the men who rock this shit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, they live it.
Fat boy the legend, Lil Buster, real strong, Southern Bulldog, keep the bloodline long. Latin force pressure, sniper don't miss. Shaded day, shaded with a killer instinct. Twist, super night, pow, unit whole rank. Boot camp, click hitting like a Sherman tank. Lil' fine with the vision. Tennessee dog pound, got their eyes on the pit. All legendary, really the shit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, they built it brick by brick.
Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it. That's the yard law, from the pups to the legends, everybody stand tall. Every name on this track got a story that's lit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Every name on this track got a story that's lit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Call this some legendary pit bullshit. 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 Pit bullshit.
Yeah. It's Mo and Mike in the house.
Going hard with the legends. Paying homage, you know. Yo. Twins Mo and Mike, we running this game. Legends in the making, never gonna be the same. Kennels popping hard, these game dogs raised right. The brat, pretty mama, they shining so bright. LaMayday, what a day, they breathe the heat. Red Ruby L-Rod, they can't accept defeat. With 38 special and yellow bird, we top tier champions, grand champions, ain't no fear.
Run the register, I'm merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. Be the real deal, you know it's no doubt about it.
KPTO, the modern Earl Tudor. Got in the pack, making moves like a tutor. APT, family thick, like legends in the game. Legend of them, Triple M. Shout out the name, Deep South, Roadblock. We upholding tradition. Mama, Southern Kennels, we got that ambition. Hardcore hitters, Stone City brings the fire. The Abrahams, the fam lifting us higher.
Run the register, I'm merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. Be the real deal, you know it's no doubt about it.
Listen up, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Ben, Nate Dogg, putting in work intertwined. Keeping that legendary status alive, you feel? Don't hate on the ride, catch the bus, we keep it real. What's history without a future? We pay the way, captain. We make it happen, that's the play.
So here's to the champions, run the race, stand tall. Twins Mo and Mike, we gon' answer the call. Legends in the game, yeah, we holding it down. In the world of game dogs, we wearing the crown.
Run the register, I'm merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, maybe we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge. taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Shout out to Ohio Cash, the man with the plan, Rastaman Boom, Schoolboy, aka the. There's levels to this game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Rob, 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 rob. Going hard, Kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cards. From yellow Mayday ace, they bred real stars. Welcome to the yard where the legends get raised, where the chain spots shine and the bloodlines praise. Grand champ King Kunta with that royal type stride. Red ruby in the pen, red hot worldwide. The brat in the cut, keep the hustle on track. Pretty mama got the look and the structure intact. L-Ride bring the heat, yellow bird bring the flame. Gus and 38 special certified in the game. What day in the ring, crowd love in the scene. Dogs moving like ghosts in the champion's dream. From yellow to buck, their foundation is tough. Yellow buck in the veins, yeah, the roots run rough. Mayday in the pedigree, ace in the spine. That old school fire still alive in the line. Twin brothers in command, pushing forward with pride. Going hard on the banner, let the whole world ride. Hard work in the yard, every sunrise earned. Legacy in the dirt, with every chain spot turn. No shortcuts taken, no champions bought. Just blood, sweat, time, and the lessons they taught. Going hard, Kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cards. Yellow Mayday ace turning pups into stars. Sheriff Pal bought us in the game, stamp legit. Find them in Tornadoes pedigree. Hall of Fame, double grand champion. James Pogay, the formula showed how to build and sustain. Blueprints in the blood, yeah, the knowledge remain. T.O. our partner, Ohio Cash showed how to win. Turn losses into lessons, now it's trophies we spin. Mama, Triple M, deep south in the mix. Arsenal, Kennel, Stone City, solid foundations, no tricks. Hardcore, BLB up in the spec is 6. Yes, yes. Tom, Dick, Todd, Tony Wade, Southern Kennels, real ones through time. Time from Pro Set, Windy City, combined in place, low type, apex pressure built for the chase. Gotta eat boys, black ice, hunger sharp as a blade. Third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid. Yeah, I said third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid.
We in the trenches, feel that hunger in the air.
Yeah. Welcome to the yard. If you're tough, you can stare. Yeah, welcome to the yard. Where the chain spots shine, bloodlines run deep, every pedigree's prime. The game APBT, worldwide pride. You come correct or stay the hell outside. Legacy made. We grind, we hustle. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike locked in the scuffle. Yeah, we run the yard, iron fists and grit.
When the sun comes up, no, we never gon' quit. Dudo and Devo, legends carved in stone. Patrick Bolio made the yard they home. Tanned and yellow, they whisper through the trees. Echoes of greatness, feel that legacy breeze. Going hard, going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it soft, bloodline stack heavy 52. Way so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong. The yard where greatness prevail. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes. Falls on the fucking deal. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes. Tails in the dirt. Every chain spot turn. Lessons learned hard. Like the scars we earn. No shortcuts taken. Champions ain't bought. Just blood and sweat. This legacy taught. From Mayday to Ace. Buck to Jeep. Every warrior counts. We ain't losing no sleep. Heat like a furnace. Knowledge is the key. In the yard we trust. We got the pedigree. Feel the intensity, blaze in the fight. In the shadows of the yard, we rewrite the night. From the ring to the chain, we like kings cut out. Mo and Mike, every victory's what we shout. Going hard, going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it all, bloodline stacked heavy 52. Way so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong, the yard in the dirt. Yeah, knowledge and hard work. It's how history made y'all in the dirt. Yeah. Knowledge and hard work, it's how history baked. Yeah, legacy in the dirt. Yeah, to that fame. The game, APBT. Remember the name. So step back if you can't handle the heat. The yard's going hard. Put the game on repeat. It's Mo and Mike. Kings in this game, going hard. Kennels forever ain't the same, nigga.